Christmas morning.
How it is in my house.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's the Bob and Tom Show, the legendary race day broadcast. As you're sitting there in traffic, surrounded by your fellow race fans, just remember, the race starts in about 6 hours. So hang in.
All right.
Closer to 7, actually. Hang in there, and we'll have some information and traffic and all sorts of things this morning.
And no filler.
No filler at all.
Not a word of filler on this program.
Not us. No,
I've listened to some of the other ones. Wow.
Whoa.
That was me sneezing. I'm sorry.
That's not filler, though.
No, that is not. That is not. That was Due Tomato. I love the race. We've got some great stuff coming up for you, including a brand new edition of our Pacer song, Boom Baby. We got the new one for you. Very excited about that as well. Now, we are at our race headquarters. Now, I understand, is Willie not yet? Okay, we're going to hook up with Willie G here in a few minutes. I'm not sure exactly where he is within the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Interestingly enough, it's going to be on Fox this year, and
yes, sir.
Their coverage so far is just A+, and it will continue to be A+, I'm sure. For the pre-race activities and the race itself.
Did you get a chance to watch the Wiener race? They covered
that was so fun.
on Friday.
Oh, we have the whole story for you.
It was something else.
Yeah. And we're talking about the Wiener mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else driven one of those?
No,
Oh, I have.
Oh, I know.
Well, but you cheated in one. That should.
I took on a racing great Al Unser Jr. in the Wiener mobile. Admittedly, he did win. Even though you cheated. I cut one of the corners a little short.
And jumped the start, if I recall.
Of course. The man's a professional. I can't be expected to beat
I'm
it.
guessing you can't drive the Apex in the Wiener mobile, probably.
Okay. I believe we're actually going to get lucky. We're going to talk with Doug Boles, I believe the president of IndyCar.
Oh, my gosh, there
we go. Look how handsome you are. Hey, Doug.
Good morning. It's funny, when the Wienermobile was going here, I remembered that it was Al Jr. that you guys had done that together. And somewhere in our photo vault, we have photos of that, so I will try and find them and send them to you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't ask for better weather for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. You got to be psyched. Your prayers have been answered.
Yes.
Yeah, especially after last year, right? We were talking to you guys, I think, about all the lightning that was coming. So this is fantastic to have weather like this and to have a sold-out grandstand. It's going to be a fun day.
Oh, yeah. It's just so great today. Now, are you even allowed to make a pick? Or is the political aspects of this so serious?
No. I hate the fact that people, when you ask promoters or people, hey, if you've got a pick, who's your favorite, who you think's going to win, and they give I can't do that, or here are all the different people. Obviously, I want Connor Daly to win the Indianapolis 500.
Of course,
my stepson. So that one. I'm a huge Will Power fan as well. I mean, Will is just a great personality. His whole double bird thing that he's done. He's just. I love drivers with personalities like that. So if it can't be Connor, certainly I'd love to see Will win. And
by the way, have you ever heard his brother's stand-up comedy?
He's outstanding, right?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. People think I'm joking. No, Will Power's brother's a stand-up comedian in Australia.
And Will's got that same sense of humor, not quite as good as his brother, but he's still, that's why I love him, right? And that's what makes people love our sport, is when you have people that have personalities, not people that are going to have the sponsor list to read it. And that's important, but you need somebody that has a personality, so that's why I love Will.
Yeah, and I like Pato O'Ward. He's got a great personality. Also, he's my neighbor, and my dog poops in his lawn all the time. I always pick it up, Pato. I'm not kidding.
And Pato loves his house. He's just obviously a new neighbor of yours, and just moved into Indy. He loves Indianapolis. If you were to judge the popularity of drivers by the amount of merch that's sold, Pato O'Ward sells more merch than any other driver. He is probably for sure our most popular driver right now in the series.
And he has a white German Shepherd and a Welsh Corgi. What an odd combination.
And I bet the Corgi's in charge.
I bet.
Yeah. We're speaking with Doug Boles. A couple titles. You're technically president of IndyCar now? What is the exact...
Yeah, I got voluntold in February that I was going to be president of IndyCar as well. So I've got both jobs at the moment.
No, we got a lot of voluntolds going on here.
And I'm proud to say I do it.
Yeah.
It would be, I know that you're not Donald Davidson, but it would be a first if Will Power were to come from the last row and win it.
For sure. Yeah, I can't. I'm like 25th, 26th, 27th along in there. I think it's the furthest back somebody has actually won the Indianapolis 500. But I think Joseph and Will both have a great chance of getting to the front pretty quick. It'll make it interesting, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those guys won the race.
Yeah. And a lot of a blow up about why they're back there. People I know that are in the know say that what happened really has no bearing on anything. That part doesn't make you faster. So let's just get that behind us and move forward. We're speaking once again.
That's kind of how I feel. The beginning of this past week was a horrible time for me, especially when I had to call the boss and say, "Hey, by the way, your cars are going to 32nd and 33rd." But it's really great because it'll be fun and it'll make the race entertaining.
Yeah, no, I've heard the phrase "Penske perfect." That Roger Penske likes everything to be perfect, which is probably why he chose you for this job because you're always dressed so well. Among other things, but Penske perfect. So we'll see what happens with the race. I'm looking forward to it. And do you have any official duties today, or are you just able to kind of relax?
Well, it's a little bit of doing stuff like this in the morning, and then obviously when the race gets started, I'm involved a lot in the pre-race ceremonies, making sure that works. And then once we get through pre-race, I spend the time just running around and answering problems or fixing problems or helping to fix problems.
Okay.
So I don't really watch much of the race. I'm in the grandstands a lot and making sure all of that's going. My only real official duty is today I have two. I'm going to drive Wilbur Shaw's winning car around the track in those historic laps, which is pretty cool. As former president of the Speedway, won 3 races here. I got to test that car on Thursday. That'll be fun. And then I drive the first pace car in the couple pace car laps out there, and I'll take one of our sponsors around. Got to meet Tom Brady last night, which was pretty cool. The dude is huge. He's going to be in the back seat of the 2-seater going around, so we got a lot of fun celebrities going to be here today, so it should be a great day.
Will you be jamming it out in the snake pit later?
I've been to the snake pit once in my life. My jamming it out actually was last night in the Coke lot. I basically stay up all night, so go out and drink some Miller Lite with the fans and have a great time. We ran into some guy, had all kinds of raccoons all over. I mean, you find everything in the Coke lot.
Like real raccoons?
Real raccoons, it was. You never know what you're going to find out in the Coke lot on the night before the Indy 500. But
raccoon man,
I said to him, "How do you know how to take care of it?" He goes, "Oh, it's all over TikTok how to take care of raccoons." And then so, well, where do you keep them? Well, when they grow up, they live in trees. I know they live in trees when they grow up. Where do you keep them? I mean, it was you just can't. It's just a typical Coke lot night.
Like you're the dumb one.
And I'll tell you what, I stopped using my cardiologist. I just now go to TikTok about my heart. One last question. I can't see your tie because you got the microphone there. Do you have a special? Is that like a racing tie of some sort, or?
No, it's a local guy here in town that does all the stuff. A store called Jay Benzel's is one of his ties.
Oh, okay.
The suit's got a little blue and red in it, so I decided I need a tie with some blue and red in it.
Well, if Jay would like to become the official tailor of the Bob and Tom Show, we love free clothes.
I'm sure. I pay for my clothes, but I'm sure it would be great. So
after a plug like that better be a free suit.
Yeah, no, that's no. I just love it because of the local. I love to support local. I think that's important for us.
All right, and
There's a great article on his suits in the Indy Star.
I didn't see
the closet. Yeah,
that was pretty.
Beth and I had the closet. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
A
lot of blue.
All right, Doug. Well, thanks so much for your time. I know you're busy today. Have fun.
You guys.
Have a great race.
All right, have a good one.
Sir.
Thanks, guys. All right, we'll see you. Yeah.
All right. I believe I have some Wilbur Shaw trivia coming up.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. Remember, I promised today no filler.
You know, my dad's name was Wilbur.
Was it really?
His first name's Wilbur. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he go by that?
No, his middle name was Eugene. My mom called him Gene, and everybody else called him Wib, W-I-B.
Oh, that's cool.
Short for Wilbur, I guess.
We have never heard that from you.
Kind of a throwback. Yeah, I don't know how Charles was my grandfather's middle name. So that's
Wib.
And once again, today on the Bob and Tom Show, no filler. No filler. We will be taking your email. Charles, grandfather's name, Charles.
With filler. My grandfather was named Hart, which is why I've got a little girl named Hart. It's also Willie's middle name. Are we scheduled to check in with Willie right after this? Okay, great. Willie's somewhere in the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We just spoke with Doug Boles, president of IndyCar. I'm not sure. He's got like 3 titles. But such a nice guy. And he is, as he mentioned, he is the stepfather of the great Connor Daly. And love to see Connor win it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
He would be the first native-born if you will, rephrase that. Let's go with Hoosier born.
There you go.
Hoosier born winner in many, many, many years.
I'd like to see Connor win today, because if Connor wins, then Doug will have to go talk to Raccoon Man every race day eve.
Yes.
And to keep it going.
Keep the good luck going.
You raise a good point.
Cross your fingers. Yeah.
Special thanks today to Reese Nichols Jewelers and Speedway Subaru Volkswagen for sponsoring our race day broadcast. We are coming right back, but first a very quick forecast, Christy. I forgot to do the official
cloudy
forecast.
today and a high of 70. It's perfect.
All right.
Perfect weather.
Beautiful day for a motor car race. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
We do have to wait a year for the next Indy 500, and we say goodbye to 94's race with a special song entitled 500 Miles, sung by Haywood Banks. Our special thanks to its author, Tom Griswold, for permission to share it with you. I'm Bob Jenkins. So long, everyone.
Fittipaldi, Rick Mears, and the Andrettis, the checkered flag, a victory lap. Gasoline Alley, the Brickyard, Rutherford Penske, the pace car, Linda Vaughn and Lion Dyke, Texaco, Tom Sneva, the Tower, Tony Hullman, Indianapolis, the pit crew and the pole position, the pace lap and the pagoda, pit row and the straightaway, Valvoline, gasoline, alcohol, methanol, Little Al, Big Al, and Sullivan and Ray Hall. Gentlemen, start your engines! The no pass out sign. Tom Carnegie, Mrs. Hallman, 500, Queen Budweiser, Chicken and Goodyear, back home again, Lola and Martin, the turbine in the finish line. STP, Coyote, and Carburation, Day, Pennzoil, Marlboro, Buick, and Chevrolet. Turn for the terrace, the snake pit below the white line. The pace lap, a pit pass, a Novi, and Nomex in the groove, the bubble, the pit wall, the back stretch, a hot lap, the short shoot. He's on it in record time. Bobby and Parnelli, Lloyd Ruby, Granatelli, a glass of milk, 500 miles. Borg, Warner, and Bettenhausen, Ray, Haroon, and Offenhauser, the Speedway, and 500 miles. The Speedway and 500 miles.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
I never forget one time we were doing a show. We were doing the Bob and Tom shows on it there on Carb Morning, and they were live in the Infield. Townsend Bell, I had gotten Townsend Bell when he was still driving to be on the show. So at that morning, I was Tom, Christie, Townsend Bell, Pat McAfee was sitting here, then Bob, and Chick McGee, okay. And so we're talking back and forth, and at one point, Tom looks at Townsend Bell, and he goes, so Townsend, who do you think is going to win the Indianapolis 500 this year? And Townsend Bell looks right at Pat McAfee. He goes, Pat, you're a professional athlete. Do you ever get used to the media asking you stupid questions? Bob and Chick hit their feet. They were applauding, standing ovation. Oh my gosh! One of the biggest laughs. It was just phenomenal.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There's the pagoda. What a great shot.
Holy heck.
Willie.
There he is.
Wait a minute. We got to get the audio. Where's Willie's audio? Hang on a minute, Willie.
There it is.
The Indy 500 means a lot of things to a lot of different people. For me, Indy, the city where I was raised. 500,
Bass,
the amount of
more
money
volume.
I lose if Scott Dixon doesn't win today.
Say it again now.
Indy 500 means a lot of things to a lot of different people. For me, Indy, the city where I'm from. 500, the amount of money I'll lose if Scott Dixon doesn't win. It's a weekend of traditions, old and new. Yesterday, on Carb Day, Oscar Mayer debuted the first Wiener 500. I don't get all the hype. For years, girls have told me the Wiener 4.5 is just fine. Right now at the track, it's 52 degrees, and much like listeners of the Bob and Tom Show, the low is 50 and the high is 68.
Very good, Willie.
This is Willie Griswold signing off. Drive safe, and remember, if you need a ride, gas, grass, or ass, just no glass.
That's a good rule.
Willie G.
Having a lot of fun at the track today, but Doug Boles, I love what he's done here, but he did just bump me. I gotta say, Doug Boles, not my president.
Thank you, Willie.
Yeah, Willie.
We're going to talk to Willie throughout the morning out there at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Good shot of the pagoda.
Yeah.
We do have the actual odds for the various drivers.
Who do you think the favorite is? Who we've been talking about?
Who have we been talking about?
Palou.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm guessing. I didn't look at him.
Pato Award.
All right.
Plus 500.
I'd love for him
Alex
to win.
Palou plus 600.
Now, can you explain real quick for those that aren't familiar with the betting how that works?
You bet $500 to win 100 when it's a plus score.
You bet 100 to win 500.
You know.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's right. I had it backwards. The minus, if it's minus 500, you have to bet 500 to win 100. Yeah. Let's see. Scott Dixon and then Scott McLaughlin. Is he going McLaughlin or McLaughlin? That's a tricky name, Tom.
Yeah.
John McLaughlin and Mahavishnu.
The Mahavishnu Orchestra.
There you go. There's something for
Birds of Fire. That guy can play very quickly. His new album is called In Search of a Melody.
Well, here's the top 10 from 1 to 10. Pato Award, Alex Palau, Scott Dixon, Palou.
Hello. It's Hello.
Hello, Hassan Pfeffer. Joseph Newgarden, Takuma Sato, Felix Rosenqvist with the misplaced V, Willpower, and Christian Lundegaard. There you go.
Huh.
So you can place bets on the Indianapolis 500.
Have you placed a bet? Are we picking?
Well, there's a lot of time. We gotta.
If you're waiting there in your car, you can certainly place a bet, probably on your phone. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. We'll be, as we promised, no filler today. And as Christy just mentioned, a really nice day for the race. It looks like the weather's going to be fine. It's nice, as Doug Boles mentioned earlier, not to be worried about lightning.
On Carb Day, I had the opportunity to speak with 3-time winner Johnny Rutherford, who, is been in a lot of races here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And I asked him what the ideal weather would be, and he absolutely said cloudy and 70. And what is our forecast today?
Cloudy and 70?
Yep. Isn't that amazing?
I heard that evil word sprinkles when I left the house.
No, I haven't gotten that one.
Yeah.
If it does, it would be late, I would think, in the day. So we'll be okay.
Way out west. It's
Now, interestingly enough, we have Gronkowski's here.
Yeah.
He's going to be the master of ceremonies.
Where do you think Gronkowski would be if he came to visit
I have a
Indianapolis
guess.
500? Christy, yes.
Snake pit.
Nope, it's the Snake Pit.
Yeah.
Gronkowski taking part in his first 500 as Grand Marshal for the Snake Pit. Now, I was not aware that they designate a Grand Marshal for the Snake Pit.
I wasn't either.
It's got to be like close to the first time, right?
Yeah. It's the Snake Pit isn't what it used to be. It's much more organized now.
Yep.
No matter what they say, I don't think they want it to be the way it used to be.
I don't think
it was
they do
kind of like
either.
Thunderdome out there for a little while.
Yeah, they
stands there.
Yeah, the police wouldn't go in there. It's like in the movie. It's Chinatown, Jake.
Touch football got out of hand.
Oh, you should have grown up here, kids.
There were no laws. There were naked women.
Yep.
Oh, there were very, very giving women out there. I'm telling you. Anyway. Gronk is 36, and he says this is one of the coolest combinations of sports and music out there. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the ultimate venue. I'm ready to get the party started and celebrate the biggest race in the world.
Yeah.
Dance producer Illenium will headline a group of global electronic music artists in turn 3.
Doing this broadcast is a pronunciation nightmare.
It's something.
Palo.
Yeah.
Elio. I mean, we got that one down. Elio Castroneves. I think we've all got that by now. But when you get to the drivers, there's always a few that you're kind of wondering about.
Also at the Snake Pit today, Sammy Virgi. Virgi.
I'm way too old, I'll admit it.
2 friends, Keizo and Oliver Heldens, are scheduled to perform. So
2 friends, huh?
Oh, yeah,
at
2
least
friends.
this week.
Well, they used to be 3 friends.
Oh.
And then they were the new 2 friends.
Yeah.
And now they're just
it's like a Simon and Garfunkel thing.
Yeah.
Unless they offer them a lot of money, they're not going to sing together.
That's right.
Do they sing, or do they just get a laptop out and point at the air like they're doing something?
Easy, big fella.
It's kind of odd to me that you got Gronk and you've got Tom Brady in the 2-seater.
But those 2 got along personally.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, but they're
professional.
but they're not Colts.
no, and they're from New England, and
the argument could be made they are our evil enemy, our sworn enemy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Tom Brady's going to be working with Fox Sports coming this fall, so they had to
nice tie-in.
They have to draft him for that.
I was hoping that Tom Brady would be actually driving the
pace car.
The pace car, but apparently he's being driven around. I didn't.
And you won't really be able to see him. I mean, he can probably maybe able to wave, but they're taking a slow lap. The thing that he's in is the famous 2-seater that can go 190 or something.
180.
Jimmy Johnson. Oh, you don't have to call me Johnson.
But that's not the Jimmy Johnson from the world of football. Let's be clear.
Oh no.
That'd be really funny. He'd be going by with a turn signal on the whole time.
And his helmet would be shaped like his hair. It'd be perfect. Yeah. Tom Brady is in the fastest seat in sports. Ahead of the race today, he'll do a lap around the speedway with NASCAR 7-time champ Jimmy Johnson, Double J. It'll be the first time since 2019 the 2-seater will be driven ahead of the 500. Johnson, who did a 2-year stint in IndyCar following his retirement from NASCAR, was the top rookie here at Indy in 2022. After he takes Brady around, Jimmy Johnson will fly to North Carolina and compete in that Coca-Cola 600.
Whoa.
Now, interestingly enough, one of the drivers in the Indianapolis 500, Kyle Larson,
doing the double.
He's going to try to do the double. He tried it last year. It didn't work because of weather. But
and Tony Kanaan is sitting there waiting in case it rains because Kyle has to go to North Carolina this year.
Oh, that would be.
Did you know that?
Is it
Yeah.
Is it proper that I'm hoping something delays so Tony Kanaan can get in the car?
Would that be the greatest story of all time?
It would be.
For me, especially if he got in and won.
Nothing against Kyle Larson, but I don't care for him if I'm choosing between him or Tony Kanaan. I'm taking TK, baby.
Yeah. Well, we do like Kyle Larson because we can pronounce his name correctly.
That's true.
And once again, on this show today, no filler, and we promise not to pronounce all the names correctly.
Right.
But, Kyle Larson is doing the double.
Yep.
It's not a lot of time. He's going to get helicoptered out of here, and then private jet to North Carolina, and then I assume helicoptered in.
Oh, I would. Yeah.
And then hop in the car and go. I have a real quick question, and I don't know the answer. Sorry.
Pee? Is that what
No. I'm sure he can pee in his pants.
What kind of gas do they use?
No, this is a good question. Let's just say he won the race.
Oh.
Would he still leave immediately, or would he stick around for all the ceremonial stuff?
As it pains me to say, that is a great question.
That is a great question, and I was under the impression that he was obligated to run that race, but
really,
the NASCAR race.
So he wouldn't stick around for all the.
No, I'll look.
I'll tell you this.
Research on that.
I bet. I don't know. I bet you can bet. And what are the odds of somebody winning the 500 and the Coca-Cola?
Oh, I'm sure you can make the bet.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Boy, that would pay off. I bet $100 would pay
$1 million or whatever.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
We can tell you what Kyle Larson's odds are.
What are they?
In a minute. I'll have to look them up, but I mean, we've got the betting thing out there for that.
Now I got to look down the list and find Larson, and none of these are in order. And
that's fine. While you do that, I'm going to remind you coming
Graham
up.
Rahal 10,000 to 1. Not exactly a favorite.
Put $10 on that.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
You'll be fine.
Kyle Larson plus 2,200. Well, that's not
so that means you put down, if you want to win $2,200, you put down 100.
Yeah, take a flyer on that. Why not?
But we'll try to find out the odds of him winning both. That's got to be big time, right?
Long odds.
Some very serious money.
Serious.
Now, once again, Gronk will be in the snake pit.
Yep.
And then Tom Brady will be in the two-seater. Will he be? He won't really be visible though. He'll have to wear a helmet, right?
Yeah.
Or will they go so slow that?
No, I think he wants to go. Christy, you've done the two-seater. How, like 180, I think. Is that what they say?
Yeah, governor's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's for us
Who took
normal folks.
Did Davey take you around?
Davey Hamilton drove me. Yeah. Mario Andretti did the two-seater with my husband, Andy. He really enjoyed that, too. It was really fun.
Have you seen the video of Jess Hooker running into Mario Andretti in the elevator? And Jess goes, do you like... Do you remember Bob and Tom? And Mario goes, Bob and Tom? I love those guys.
Well, we should probably play Just a Mario then.
Oh, yeah.
In honor of that. And then coming up later on in the show this morning, I can't believe it, but we have a really good story about legendary driver, team owner, skier, Dick Simon.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's right.
Dick Simon.
Dick Simon.
He's a skier, and once again, no
How do you
filler.
know he's a skier?
Because he was famous for that. He's great
famous for skiing.
Okay, I've been around the sport a long time. I didn't.
Well, he doesn't ski when he's here. There's no mountain. Yeah, but Dick is, I want to say 91, maybe.
He's
maybe
up there.
91 years old. But Dick was a fixture here for a while there.
We even have a song for Dick.
And we've got a great song about him, and a Jimmy Mad Dog made us tune. And we're going to be playing. You want to play it?
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. And then when we come back, I'll have the Kyle Larson question.
Okay. Do we have time to play it? Now I'm not sure how we're doing this. Okay. Do you want to? Do you have that Dick Simon's story over there?
I do. Hang on. Tom said that this was an unbelievable story. So everybody,
have you ever heard this?
Strap in.
This is really cool.
Former IndyCar driver Dick Simon was once suspected of being D.B. Cooper.
No, I never heard that.
Of course not. No one's ever heard this story. I don't know where Tom found this.
This is a great story.
Old Timers Banquet? Where the hell did you get this?
Simon was once questioned by the FBI, female body inspector, as he fit the profile for the man who hijacked Northwest Orient Flight 305 back in 1971. At the time of Cooper's disappearance in Washington State, Dick was meeting with the president of General Foods, hoping Post Toasties would sponsor his race car. And his story was corroborated. He did have a solid alibi, and he was no longer under suspicion.
Isn't that great?
Sure, it's great. Yeah.
That is such a great story.
But D.B. Cooper had a full head of hair. And Dick, when I knew Dick,
He was balding early.
yeah, he was.
But what an oddity. Who at the FBI would go, maybe it's that Dick Simon guy.
Yeah, no joke.
Here we go. Here's a bio of Dick Simon. A skier, scuba diver, pilot, skydiver.
Hang on. The first word in his bio is skier?
Yeah. A skier, a scuba diver, a skydiver, pilot, parachutist, and a race car driver.
You have to be messing with me.
No, I'm not. I Googled this to find out all about him.
Why haven't you skied with Dick?
I don't know.
I can't believe you haven't run into him on a mountain.
It'd be two dicks going down a hill.
That's very nice.
No filler today.
That's right.
Zero.
Did they just figure he's such a badass? Maybe he had the balls to.
Yeah.
Maybe needed some cash to finance his racing career.
Or to support his skiing habit.
Yeah.
Well, these days, yeah. He didn't get into car racing until he was in his 30s.
Yeah. I did know
Was he a car owner first, and then he became a driver?
He was a driver first.
Okay.
Then a car.
And it looks like he'll turn 92 in September.
Good for him.
Wow.
So, yeah, but Dick Simon Racing, and he never really won.
No, but he was a very
But he was
gregarious character.
Yeah, he was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
loved him.
But if this is a song about if you picked him in the office pool. This is once again penned by Jimmy Mad Dog Matus. It's an absolute classic.
Every year as the race draws near in Indy in the month of May, some stupid fool starts an office pool, and I know I'm gonna have to play. All the drivers' names go in a hat, and I don't mean to be whining, but here comes the tears, 'cause the last 10 years I pulled out the name Dick Simon. I got dicked again when I picked again. I'm so sick of pulling dick. I got dicked again. As I'm sure you'll remember if you went to last year's race. Once again, Dick Simon was quite a bit off the pace. He was slowing down, he was getting past, he was chugging into the pits. As he got out of his ride and stepped to the side, good old Dick just called it quits. And I got dicked again. Dick was licked again. But I'm so sick of pulling dick. I got dicked again. I got dicked again. I got dicked again. And come next year, I'll be right here getting dicked again.
Tribute to the great Dick Simon. Once again, interviewed by the FBI. They thought he might be D.B. Cooper. I'm not kidding. I think that's how he went all these years without knowing that. I don't know. We're going to come right back with a very special guest. Once again, this is our special coverage of the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
with your brewer, switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Behind me is the infield of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm here to give you some of the fashion do's and don'ts of the biggest party at the race. Let's talk footwear on race day. You want to wear something comfortable, something you can walk in, something not too expensive. My choice, the Nike Air Monarchs. They're in your garage, next to the lawnmower. Your dad wears them. Don't wear this. This is a Croc. I don't care if it's in sport mode. The holes do give you hilarious tan lines, but you don't want to get any trough juice on your little toesies. If you run into a man wearing these, run away. Any man wearing weatherproof boots at the track has a mind for destruction. He washed his face in the trough this morning. He's been drinking Mountain Dew and moonshine since 6 a.m. If you bump into him, give him a go Colts and keep it moving. What to wear on race day. In the morning, it'll be a little colder. This is my favorite piece of clothing that I own. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. No big deal. Any shirt with the name of an alcohol and the word racing is one of the coolest things you can wear here. This one's sort of a deep cut. Rolling Stone shirt. The concert took place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Colt skier will do, but I say go the extra mile. This is a Colt shirt with a St. Elmo shrimp cocktail. I'm not a big fan of wearing sports jerseys for a team that is out of season. Colts aren't playing, and the Pacers also aren't playing. Quick rule for basketball jerseys at the race. You want to wear your Larry Bird Indiana State jersey? Don't. You want to wear your Reggie Miller jersey? Don't. Rick Smits? Don't. Paul George? Don't think about it. George Hill? Not at all. It's too expensive, too cool, and it's going to get covered in Busch Light. You want to wear a Lance Stevenson jersey. Any Pacer that was here less than 3 years. Maybe a Danny Granger jersey. If you're wearing a basketball jersey, pop it off around lap 50. I hear you. Willie, I have a gut. If you're embarrassed about being fat, move to France. This is America and you're allowed to have a gut. You're saying, Willie, I got pimples on my back. I got stretch marks. This time of the year, that's your stars and stripes, my friend. Pop it off and let that flag fly. This is the coolest thing you can wear at the race, an actual Indy 500 shirt. Bonus points if you have an armpit hole or some sort of fraying around the neck. There is one more acceptable shirt to wear to the race. This is what a race fan looks like. Garfield's creator, Jim Davis, is from Indiana. The most famous person from Indiana. Suck it, Greg Kinnear. On race day, you're going to want a nice hat. You can go with an official Indianapolis Motor Speedway hat, or you can go with a cooler Indianapolis 500 hat that I got on 16th Street from a guy selling tacos. Anything with the word Indy on it. I'd recommend a Colts hat or a Pacers hat. The coolest hat you can wear on race day, however, is a Late Night with David Letterman hat. Of course, owner of the Letterman Ray Hall team. I do not want to see a Jay's Garage hat. I don't want to see anything Team Coco. If you have a Daily Show hat and it's spelled D-A-L-Y like Connor Daly, that could fly.
It's a tradition. I mean, this will be the 107th running. It's the biggest race in the world. 300. It's the largest one-day sporting event in the world. With the largest crowd. I mean, they don't release figures, but it's over 300, probably closer to 350. Probably at one point it was over 400,000 when they let a lot more people in the infield. But nevertheless, it's easily over 300,000 people one day. It's
was like a campaign trip. We did that for about an hour. And then we strolled down Georgetown to a place called Dawson's.
Yeah.
And that was even more of a party. Heck, I didn't get out of there. It took 4 hours, and I had stuff to do the next day. But, man, we had fun. And if you want to really see what the race is about,
Oh, yeah.
get down there, get to the village. You can feel it. People from all over the country and so many friends, even from my hometown and across Indiana. Beautiful, wonderful experience.
All right.
Now, have you ever had a chance to ride in the two-seater? Have they offered that to you? Is that part of this inaugural ceremony?
No two-seater.
Hope you at least had a limo bring you, or did you drive?
Well, actually, to get here and to be able to do it, you have to copter in from near the residence into the speedway here. And if not, you'd be backed up in traffic for 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, have you been to the race when you were a kid? Did you ever come up from Jasper to check it out?
Well, I guess I'd call it a kid. When I was 21 years old, I knew a young lady from Jasper from the first grade. Her name Maureen. She was a princess 50 years ago, and I was tagging along, and all I can remember is I was wearing a green leisure suit.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And we gave that away for a Halloween dress-up. We still got pictures of that, but that was 50 years ago, believe it or not.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Now, do you remember who won?
Who won, dear? Do you remember? Bobby Unser.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one.
This is why you got to have your wife with you all the time.
It was 90 degrees, and we were right there, you know, where you start. And all I remember is they were zipping by so fast, you were getting whiplash. But what an experience. I was a junior at Wabash College, and she was a co-ed down at IU. So great memories.
All right. Well, thanks, Governor. We certainly appreciate your time, and we're glad that you have your wife with you to answer the tough questions. The green leisure.
Hey, I won't live that one down.
Yeah. If you wear that green leisure suit, next campaign you won't win. Stick with the look you got now.
Thanks for the advice. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for the time.
The distinguished governor, Mike
take
Brown
care.
of Indiana. That was great talking to Mike.
Yeah.
His governorship, what's the technical term?
I don't know how I dodged the leisure suit angle. I never owned one.
Never?
Never had one.
My 9th grade dance, the guy I went with wore a tan leisure suit.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with the leisure suit, instead of having lapels...
Well,
I'm surprised you didn't jump on it. It had 2 pockets. It was
No, never got
it. Had lapels and then some.
Never got the gold chains. Most famously worn, I think, on television by Lee Majors.
Was he in the
$6 Million Man?
Really?
The other television personality that wore it was Tom Snyder.
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
From the Tomorrow Show. And by the way, there are some incredible episodes of that floating around the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Just do your homework.
Yeah.
I know Dave Letterman was a huge fan of Tom Snyder.
Everybody was smoking. Remember that? He smoked
Tom
it
would
up,
smoke.
boy.
Yeah.
And they didn't have an audience. It was a talk show. He didn't have an audience, but he'd talk to the crew all the time.
Yeah.
They'd be off camera.
Dark set. It was cool.
I remember there's a great episode with Sterling Hayden, the great actor.
Yeah, Tom Snyder got the out of ordinary guest. That's for
Sterling
sure.
Hayden is the famous, what is he, the general?
General Ripper in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, absolutely worth Googling. Once again, today's show, no filler.
Nope.
Here on the Bob and Tom Show. And again, a real quick forecast, Christy.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day for a race. Cloudy with a high of 70 and not a lot of wind, which is obviously very important. Tonight down to 30 and then some sunshine tomorrow. Memorial Day for your cookout and a high of 74. Currently, we have 53 degrees, so you definitely want to take a jacket. It's not going to get real hot.
Now, another important thing happening in the world of sports, besides the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, there's that Pacer game tonight.
How about those Sirs?
Yeah, so I guess it's the Sirs versus the Icks, right?
Yeah.
I'm not participating in that.
That's the way we're... you're not...
No,
you're not playing that game?
I'm not doing the Sir thing. I'm sorry. I'm doing the Pacer. I heard yesterday from...
Who would have thought they'd take 2 in New York?
Nobody.
I heard from a very reliable source yesterday A friend of mine had very good seats.
In
sold
New
them.
York or
No, here.
Mm-hmm.
$25,000 a piece.
What?
Did Spike buy them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, some New York guy probably did.
That's how he got in.
right.
Spike went
courtside
during the original Knicks Pacers series. Yeah, Spike.
And they have Celebrity Row in New York.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Ben Stiller.
And they made fun of our celebrity row here. You know what?
Hey, scoreboard.
Yeah.
Scoreboard.
Right.
Oh, there's no better comeback than scoreboard. Take a look, pal.
I bet it's Timothy Chalamet. I bet he bought 25,000.
I don't know, but that's what. The rumor has that some have gone for more than that.
Phew.
So I know that.
I know Willie will be there. He spent some
And
money.
I think Willie is right here.
All right, maybe we can
Yeah.
talk to him.
There he is.
There he is. Hey, Willie.
There he is.
Hey, good to see you guys. How's your morning going? By
Great.
the way, I have to say, my plan for the broadcast might be bad. I was hoping to do all filler. So.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Now, you bought some tickets, scalp tickets. You didn't pay the $25K.
I didn't, but I did pay an amount of money that I'm not going to say on air because it'll make me sound like a jerk.
Do you know who you're taking to the game yet?
I'm taking my cousin Cooper. He's the man.
he's
Purdue
great.
Graduate, construction management guy. He's very smart, very handsome, ladies.
He's redone his whole mom's backyard. He deserves it.
Now, Chick, do you have the Pacer odds? I may not.
No, I've got the point spread. The Pacers are favored tonight by 2.
All
so
right.
you can have the Knicks in 2. I don't think. Hang on a second, Willie. What's going on out there? Is Jess eating a tenderloin as big as your head?
Give her a microphone.
I told you guys, the plan today for us was all filler.
Yeah. This is my breakfast. I got a Hoosier tenderloin. Sorry, Chrissy. Lots of mayo.
Yeah, no thanks.
Now, that's one of my best impressions. When you get a tenderloin, take the bun off, hold the tenderloin up to your face, and go. I am not an animal.
I'm the elephant man.
No, right in front of your face, you can become the elephant man. There you go.
There it is.
I am not an animal. Thank you very much. By the way, we are streaming this. We're also on YouTube today, so you can see Jess Hooker with Willie G right in front of the pagoda at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
And Jess is eating that tenderloin in the traditional Hoosier fashion. You take your mayonnaise and you squirt a glob of mayonnaise on your next bite, and then you eat it that way.
Oh, so you don't put it over the whole thing and fold it. Yeah.
And the last bite, you suck all the remaining mayonnaise out of the pouch.
Oh, is that how? I've never. Well, I don't do that.
That's how I eat
so I wouldn't
salt.
know that.
Is that how you eat salt?
Yeah. So, Willie, now, do we have the betting? Do you know who you're going to bet on for the... I know you're going to bet on the Pacers tonight, I'm sure.
I like Pato Award. I like Connor Daly. I don't think I want to bet against Joseph Newgarden because he's essentially Darth Vader at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to just go, he's going to do something to make it happen.
Right.
Yeah, well, Doug Boles was saying he likes willpower. If either one of those guys win from the back row, that would be an absolute first. If Connor Daly wins, it'd be the first Hoosier to win in something like 70 years, which would be great. Pato Award, I think he may do real well. He's also my neighbor. I like his
favorite.
I like his dogs.
And my mom's side, we're all Irish, so I kind of have to go for Pato Award.
Oh,
yeah, he's from Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from Mexico.
Pato Award sounds like a slur for Irish Americans. Are you kidding me?
It does sound like kind of, hey, you bunch of beer drinking Pato Awards, get out of this bar.
Yesterday, I was getting coffee at my coffee place at the Java House. A lady in front of me had a Pato Award shirt on. And then I saw a lady at the liquor store with a Splenda shirt on.
Wow.
Sweet. When we say Splenda, we all go sweet. And there's a Splenda car out there today and a Java House car. Mm-hmm. Those may be good signs.
Yeah.
So, Miss Hooker.
Yes.
Who are you going to bet on today?
Actually, I don't know much about the race. I'm just taking in all the people right now. You know what? The big fashion this year is cowboy boots. There's a lot of girls in cowboy boots and cutoff shorts. I had to distract Willie when we were walking in. There was a whole pack of them.
Oh yeah. I'm a problem. I'm like
That's
Godwin.
what you
I'm
do.
horny, man.
That is what you call a group of women, Tom. A pack of women. Yeah.
This was a pack of girls, red cowboy boots, cutoff shorts, lots of American flags. I'm actually looking at a guy over here. He has shaved a checkered flag into his face. You might have to talk to him later.
Yes.
That or it's
Yes.
mange. One of the two.
Yeah.
How fortunate that it would fall out in that pattern.
Yeah, no joke.
Well, we'll check in with you guys again in a few minutes from the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we prepare for the 109th running of the Indy 500. I believe we're going to be talking with a special weather guest, a distinguished meteorologist about to retire. Looking forward to that in just a few minutes. I'll remind you that we are streaming our show on YouTube. Go to the Bob and Tom channel. Say hello to us. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ed Carpenter and Christian Rasmussen.
Now, Ed, tell us about your car. What does it look like?
I don't know if it's a lime green or neon green. What you would call it exactly is the primary color, and then a couple of shades of blue. So it's a very bright machine. You're going to see me coming.
That's pretty. Number 33. Watch for it.
All right.
Splenda Stevia on the side. Splenda.
Sweet.
And Christian, you're in the number 21 car.
The number 21 car, Splenda on the side as well. Not
Sweet.
Yeah, but Splenda.
Did you learn nothing from what we just said?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody, this is Todd Snyder, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ed Carpenter and Christian Rasmussen.
You have to throw a Danish accent.
I don't have a Danish accent. You?
No, I think it's a hard one to replicate, to be honest.
It is.
It's what I've been told.
What flavor of Danish do you most prefer?
Like a cream cheese, right? That's
Cream cheese has got to be the answer. Right?
Yeah. Well, if something comes with chocolate, it would probably be that one.
Do you call them usses when you have like a bread? Like, yeah.
Instead of a Danish?
Where is Daneland?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, hello. Hi. This is Dan from Indianapolis.
Hi, Dan. Did you hurt yourself somehow?
Well, my cousin actually. Him and his wife were getting ready to go on vacation, and actually they were having breakfast. He jumps into the shower, and she screams for help because the garbage disposal's backed up. So he thinks, I'll jump out and I'll hit the breaker underneath the garbage disposal, and he's butt naked. And he bends down on all fours, and their brand new kitten latches onto his testicles. There's more.
There's more. As if this story needs more.
I hope it involves electricity.
He raises up and knocks himself out on the plumbing to wake up to two chuckling paramedics.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
If that was dodgeball, that guy would have been out.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Yeah, my cousin never told me what he named the kitten either.
No, yeah. Oh, Claude Balls. All right.
Revenge of the Alley Cat.
I know.
Why do you call the kitty Claude? It's a funny story.
It's a long story.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Our guest is comedian Tim Northern.
Good morning.
Fresh off of a Star Search.
I'm the product of a biracial marriage. My father was African American and my mother was black.
Wow.
I found out my grandfather was colored. So.
8 o'clock, Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Christy.
Q95 Fox 59 weather. We're going to have cloudy skies today, little wind and a high of 70, which for racing is picture perfect. Tonight, low down to 50 and variable cloudiness for Memorial Day. As you're grilling your burgers, it'll be 74 degrees. Currently 53.
Christy's man, Andy, is a huge racing fan, extraordinarily knowledgeable, which is why we're replacing Christy with him for next year's broadcast.
That's interesting.
If you look at Andy's left wrist, he is wearing a beautiful Reese Nichols watch. Am I correct?
The Tag Heuer Indy 500 Special Edition watch. It's beautiful.
There's a whole series of these. If you have a lady or a gent who's a big Indy 500 fan, Reese Nichols has got them. They are just gorgeous. And Reese Nichols has been the go-to jeweler in Indy since a staggering 1919.
Yeah, and Father's Day's just around the corner.
How about this? Here you go. Tag Heuer, you're it.
Ooh, I like it.
How about that? Huh? Guy looking at his watch?
Sure, it has kind of a nice juvenile feel.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure the tag...
A childish sound to it. Yeah.
Oh, we're perfect for that.
Wait a second. How about graduation?
Yeah.
You mentioned Father's Day, birthday anniversaries. Reese Nichols, they got all kinds of cool stuff. And interestingly enough, do you know who their new watch guy is?
Yeah, Kevin Gregory.
Kevin Gregory.
One of their watch guys. That's
so not only can you go get a watch with Kevin,
you can also get a forecast.
You can get the forecast.
He's retired. I don't know if he's still doing the weather.
I want to ask him, now that he's retired, is he still like a weather nerd?
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, he I bet he has to be because people run into him and go, "Hey, when's the weather?" you son of. This is possibly the worst commercial message we've ever delivered.
BJ loves us.
we've done way worse.
Okay, check out the Reese Nichols Spring Gifting Catalog at ReeseNichols.com, and it's REIS. ReeseNichols.com. And don't forget all these great events happening, like the Indy 500 coming up today. Those are really cool watches.
They really are. I wore it the other day. You didn't even say anything.
You showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
Don't you remember?
No, I don't remember anything.
Well, apparently. you walked over. We were.
That's right. I did.
I was.
Your head? What the hell?
I think I did. I did hit my head.
Once again, it's online at ReeseNichols.com, and it's REISI. Excuse me, I did it wrong. REISNICHOLS.
You don't have to spell it to buy there.
And everybody knows Reese Nichols.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never been in their website. I was just in their store, though, 2 weeks ago.
What'd you buy me?
A memory chip. they sell those also.
A jewel-encrusted memory.
US 31 in Greenwood, 86th Street. It's right across from Keystone at the Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're going to Keystone at the Crossing, here's a little tip for you.
Oh boy.
If you're on, let's see, if you're eastbound at 86th Street, if you want to turn left from the left lane, there's a chuck hole the size of my car. Maybe they should fix that.
It is chuck hole season.
That's the biggest one in the city, and it's right there, so watch out for it. Okay, once again, today's show, no filler.
None. Zero.
Okay, now our next
wall-to-wall info.
Our next guest has been moved to for an hour. So we'll get back to the sports page.
I'll give you a hint. Chuck holes are the hint.
Oh, good.
That's a good hint.
And also, I am a Chuck. Not professionally anymore, but I'm a Chuck, and I take exception with the term Chuck hole. Although I don't have the grief that you have with Tom.
Yeah.
Uncle Tom, Peeping Tom.
Yeah.
So you prefer pothole over Chuck hole?
I definitely prefer.
But you were Chuck's Deluxe.
I was Chuck's Deluxe.
That is such a cool nickname.
On the football team.
Now, let's get back to the action here. We were talking about the Pacers, and tonight's the night. Again, Game 3, and Pacers, believe it or not, back from New York City up 2.
Everybody and their brother said, the Knicks are going to come back in Game 2, and it'll be a game apiece going back to Indianapolis.
Started that way. That first half was scary.
Man.
That Brunson guy, isn't he like a little John Starks-ish?
That's very much John Starks. Yes. That's their offense. They isolate him, and he makes tough shots, but they can't. I don't know how, at this point, I don't know how the Knicks beat the Pacers, because the Pacers have
depth.
They have like 13 great guys.
They're running the entire time, and when the guys get tired, they swap them out.
Yep.
The best head coach working right now is Rick Carlisle. No question.
Have you ever noticed the resemblance between Rick Carlisle? If you put a wig on him, he becomes Jim Carrey.
No.
Once again, no filler today on the show.
No filler.
No filler. All information.
Carrey.
I've never.
I've never thought that.
If you Google If you Google Rick Carlisle and Jim, there's like 400 shots comparing them.
It is?
It's a thing, yeah.
What? You have a lot of free time.
What did I say about today's show?
No filler.
No filler. Okay. That is not filler. Right now, you'll see what I got right here, Chris.
What? Milk?
This is real. This is half and half.
Half and half.
This is from a cow.
Correct.
Nobody took the teats of an almond and squeezed this out, baby.
No.
Speaking of
and I'm putting it in my Java House tea. Thank you very much. Look for the Java House car today. It's out there.
Pato Award milked a cow before today's race in hopes of breaking his losing streak. He's trying everything.
Do you want me to tell you why he did that?
Do it, baby.
Because Alexander Rossi in 2016 as a rookie became one of the first drivers to milk a cow, won that year. And so every year since, Alexander Rossi has milked a cow, thinking it will bring him good luck. So that's kind of become a thing in the driver's circle.
And Mr. Award never got the opportunity, though. He, the tradition to milk the cow, he wants to chug the stuff in Victory Lane, of course. And the Indiana Dairy Association, hello, Jenny, and his Arrow McLaren team arranged for local dairy, Silverstone Farms, to bring a cow named Rihanna to the track. The driver award milked Rihanna Friday, saying it was a really cool experience. And I tried to milk a cow on numerous occasions.
Not easy, is it?
It's a delicate situation.
Yeah, and that's one of the most difficult jobs in the world, being a dairy farmer.
Yeah, you don't get a day off.
No. We're going on vacation. The cows will be fine. Oh, we're up at 3 a.m.? At least they get to listen to our show.
And the rookie who's starting on the pole, Robert Schwartzman, he took part in the traditional milking earlier in the week. He milked a cow named Indy. I-N-D-Y.
And I do have the list here. Once again, today's show, no filler. From the American Dairy Association, Pato Award did select whole milk.
Milk.
As did Schwartzman and 28 other drivers. 2% milk was preferred by Connor Daly, Takuma Sato, Alexander Rossi, Elio, and Graham Rahal. No one chose skim, and chocolate milk apparently not available.
Nope.
I
told you, bad in photos.
I want to say chocolate milk has been a choice.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, the famous other one was...
Louis Meyer?
No.
Buttermilk?
Yeah.
No, but the Emerson
he did the orange
juice.
Yeah, that was
Fittipaldi.
bad.
We are now going back to, I'm not sure exactly where within the confines of Indianapolis Motor
That's what
Speedway.
makes this exciting.
There's Willie. Where are you, Willie?
Hey, we are by the pagoda.
That's right.
Oh, there you go. I can see it in back of you.
Oh, check out that Blazer behind Willie. That is a hot car, man.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
You need to go see if you can break into that car and drive off.
See if the keys are in it, Willie.
Yeah.
I tried to, but 3 guys in yellow shirts yelled at me and said, "We'll cut your media pass." So I'm just hanging out.
With that.
Oh, yeah. They do carry around scissors, don't they? I forgot about that part. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did have the keys in it and someone just drove it off?
That would be hysterical.
That'd be the headline after they had the name of the winner. Yeah. So, Willie, have you decided who you're betting on today?
I think I'm going to bet on Pato Award, like you guys were saying. He had a car that he didn't like this year. I heard that he has a great car this year. He quoted the great Tracy Chapman and said, "Yeah, we got a fast car."
That's right. It's very, very fast.
And once again, he's of Irish heritage from Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, we did get some insider info. I guess Tom Brady's in the pace car or one of the early laps. We talked to somebody. Apparently next year, driving the pace car, the devil, Satan himself. Can you believe it?
So that would be a step down from Tom Brady. See, that's how that works.
So, Willie, you're not a Brady fan, obviously.
No, I hate Tom Brady. I always hated Tom Brady.
Yeah, you have to.
Why?
And second place is Gronkowski. What the hell are they doing?
Why don't we have McAfee or a Colt in there? I don't get it.
Anybody. Get Reggie Miller. Fly him in. Someone
that'd be
cool.
good.
Someone Indy focused.
I believe Reggie's here for the game tonight.
I would think.
Yeah. He's hanging out. Get him over Reggie, get over to the track.
Go find Willie, Reggie. You know Willie.
Well, and there's a lot of Pacers jerseys around here, and I think a lot of people are very excited to do the Indy double today. I will tell you need to have a lot of money if you want to do the Indy double at the race. That is a vodka cocktail with 2 shots. The Indy double, it costs you $22.
Whoa.
But you've got to pace yourself, because are you going to get to go home and then go to the game, or are you going straight over there?
I don't know. My buddy John, you guys know John. John's got a hotel downtown, so I might go there to kill some time. I don't know if I want to leave the race early or just stay late, but either way, it's going to be, bumper to bumper on 16th heading downtown.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I'm just going to kind of let Doug Boles decide my fate today. I'm going to let Gainbridge decide my fate today. I'm just going to put my hands into something bigger than myself, a higher power like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I love this vibe.
Leave it up to the universe. That's right. Don't worry about it. Yes.
Now, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least do one joke about Tom Brady letting the air out of the tires of the car.
I'm still pretty fired up about that, by the way. The Deflategate never ended for me, by the way.
That's right.
Hall of Fame my ass.
Right? Yeah. Now, once again, the milk tradition. Who was the first one to do this?
Louis Meyer.
Louis Meyer.
And that was with buttermilk.
Have you ever had buttermilk, Willie?
Buttermilk pancakes, but I've never had actual buttermilk, I don't think.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Buttermilk ranch, right?
Buttermilk, buttermilk pancakes. I'm with
Big
Willie.
fan of that. Yeah, by the way, if you're coming to the track
buttermilk biscuits.
late,
Oh, those
bring me a bottle of Hidden Valley to the track. That'd be a nice thing to have down here. A little bit of ranch with my pals.
We're all nearsighted, and Willie's got 20/20 vision. Did you hear it? Man.
Is it true that in '96, Buddy Lazier didn't really want to drink the milk because he's lactose intolerant?
Is that true?
Yeah, and so he kind of faked it.
That sounds right.
He's not the only one I've heard that's done that. But they don't like milk, so they kind of
secret underbelly of the 500.
I'll take your milk, buddy.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah, you don't want to get diarrhea in a fire suit.
I love drinking milk. At summer camp, I used to drink milk all day long like it was Gatorade. Keep me hydrated, put it in the water bottle, take it up to the A field for some ultimate frisbee.
All right. Okay, Willie G. We'll be checking in with you in a few minutes, Willie.
Yeah, if you guys need me, I'm going to be in the infield getting some vodka out of someone's water bottle for real cheap, mixing it up with ranch, making a White Russian, Willie G style.
Nice. Sounds good. Once again, we are covering this with no filler today.
He talked about the double. We talked about the Pacer Indy 500 thing, but the guy that's actually running the double is Kyle Larson. And you asked if he wins the Indy 500 because he has to be in Charlotte because he's starting second in the Coca-Cola 600. And Jeff Gordon, I believe, owns his car, right? Or is involved?
I think so, yeah.
And said he will be here. So if he wins, he will go through an abbreviated victory celebration and leave for Charlotte. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you rooting for him?
What is it? Switzerland. I don't care. I just want it to be a safe, fun race.
I'd like to see Connor win. Yeah,
be good for the sport.
That'd be good.
And I've got a number for you regarding Connor Daly.
All right.
I'll let you know. Well, it's going to be a secret.
His phone number?
Number one?
Well, I've got that, but I know I've got something interesting about Connor Daly that you probably don't know. I mean, we've learned a lot today. We learned that Dick Simon was once interviewed by the FBI because they thought he might be D.B.
Once again,
Cooker.
chick, right? No filler.
That's fat. To me, that's incredibly interesting.
I know.
I bet Donald Davidson knew that.
He probably did.
We also have our Pacers tribute song, which we're going to come back with.
Boom.
And our tribute to the great Mario Andretti coming up. So it's all happening here. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
It's Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Oh! What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Odor in the court.
That'll be getting told in courts throughout the country.
Odor in the court.
Oh, man.
We are here for a rare treat. We have one of the greats, Richard Petty, of course, one of the few guys who can call him that kid. Who's that little kid? That is the great Tom Carnegie. Mr. Carnegie, what a pleasure to see you, sir. How many years is it, sir? Is it 61 years? How many years at the Speedway?
Well, I did 61 races, which covered a span of 60 years plus 1 day.
That's great. Every time, you'll see...
And that was the horrible day I spent with Bob and Tom.
Thank you, sir. It's great. We'll be watching that old footage. Yeah. You'll see the old black and white footage in the background. You'll go, that's Tom Carnegie. Well, it's such a great pleasure to have you. Are you going to get to do any announcing today?
I can't hear you. Is that Derek Daly?
That is Derek Daly. You might have met Mr. Richard Petty right there.
Well, I recognize him.
And his friend Todd Whitworth is here from
He
Window
used to
World.
come up here and bother me a lot.
Did he now?
He tried to keep me from setting a track record.
I just love the way you say it's a new track record. Now, we're probably not going to hear that today.
And it's a new track record.
We did get to
There
hear
you go, see?
the stuff of legend, the great Tom Carnegie. Are you going to be able to get on the PA today? Do we know? Is that the plan? Does anybody know? Yes? You're going to get to talk in the public address system, I understand.
No, not. This is the only address system I'll be on.
Okay.
Is the Bob and Tom show.
Okay.
And then you will wear me out, and I won't be good for anything.
Okay. Well,
He does that to me every day.
Can we talk real quick? We only have a few minutes, and I know Mr. Petty is very busy as well. Can we talk real quick about some of your favorites from the old days?
Richard Petty, when he'd show up, was an old favorite. I like Jim Rathman very, very much. He won the race here, one of my old-time favorites. And, oh, gosh, Tom Sneva.
1983 winner, Tom Sneva.
Yeah, there's the first man to go 200 miles an hour. And he predicted that he was going to do it the night before qualifications. And he sure did. And you know why I loved him? Because every lap he beat his record. So I got to say 5 times it's a new track record.
Okay.
So my all-time hero is Tom Sneva. Derek Daly was always fighting for 33rd start.
See, usually I'm the only one that tries to insult Derek here, but now...
Tom Carnegie, however, did get me started on my next career in television, because he was actually the one that put me on television on Channel 6 here in town 20-something years ago.
He was a poor Irishman, came over here, needed a job, and I hired him. And
then you fired me.
$300 for the whole month. And he wasn't worth it, but I liked his looks. And you know who I saw yesterday out here? Your son, Connor.
Yes?
Yes.
Very fine race car
And
driver,
he's
17 years old and doing very
a
well.
lot better looking than you are.
He gets his mother's good looks. He's a lucky man. Well, what a great pleasure it was speaking to you. Tom, you look great. You sound terrific.
Feeling good.
You've got your wits about you, clearly.
Well, it is a little bit early to think of all those good things, but, you know, the stories keep coming back to me. When you've done 61 races, did you know
59 weather, cloudy today with a high of 70. Tonight down to 50, variable cloudiness, 74 Memorial Day. We're up to 55 degrees, kids. Warming up.
Thank you very much. Now, Christy Lee, you're going to be sitting in turn 1 way up high.
Yes.
What rotten seats.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, all you can see is the start finish line, turn 1, turn 2,
turn 4,
and then you have a parachute when you leave to get
I
out.
married into it. They've had those seats for years and years and years.
Hang on, Tom. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? This whole thing's coming into focus now.
Oh, finally.
Handy just for the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I've married for less. I can tell you that. What happened?
Just for the ass.
That's right.
They're similar. Once again, today's show, no filler here in the Bob and Tom program.
And to that end, you know that no one named Smith has ever qualified for the Indy 500.
What?
I
thought you said no filler.
I did some research. I call these fun facts.
Despite being the most common last name in the United States, I thought it was Brown or Wilson, but it's Smith, huh?
It is Smith.
No one named Smith has ever qualified for or driven in the Indianapolis 500.
Not even qualified for it.
And apparently, our driver expert, Christy Lee, is here. And the Speedway, it's known as the Curse of the Smiths.
Really?
Now, I've heard the Curse of Green. You're not supposed to have a green
car. But
I've never heard this Curse of the Smiths.
I have never heard that either.
And no rabbit's feet.
No rabbit's feet?
Really?
Yeah, that's a thing,
heard
right?
That one.
That's a thing. You're not supposed to have a rabbit's foot, and you're not supposed to say the word rabbit.
So not rabbit.
Yeah, and there's a shoe thing also. I'll dig that up.
A shoe thing.
Yeah.
8 drivers with the last name.
Yeah, don't wear loafers. That's not a good thing.
You probably shouldn't wear flip-flops in the car.
Yeah, probably
if you're
not.
driving, because they'll slip off. And then 8 drivers, though, with the last name Smith have entered at the 500, but they all failed to qualify.
Interesting.
Needs to be. Stephen A. Smith should enter because he knows everything. Have you ever seen him on TV?
Yeah, sure have.
he knows.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows all.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, what are the odds someone named with their actual name Stingray?
Stingray Rob.
Stingray Rob.
That's his real name.
That sounds like it's going to be in the new Superman movie. He's one of the villains.
Yep.
You're talking about Stingray Rob.
And Stingray Rob, but no one named Smith, but a Stingray has been in the race. That's.
Were his parents big fans of Steve Irwin or something?
Well, they wouldn't name it after what killed. That'd be like, this is my son, 38 Special. What are you talking about? No.
I imagine it was the automobile,
Yes,
I'm assuming.
Of course, it's a Corvette.
Of course, the Corvette Stingray.
Who came up with the term Stingray? That's interesting.
I know.
Once again, no more filler. No
more.
Probably the fact that it's a Ray and it has a stinger on it.
How about this?
I believe we have joining us. There he is. It's Derek Schultz, sports commentator, Purdue. What's your title at Purdue?
It's some clunky thing, Tom. You don't even have to worry about it. Senior strategic communicator and media relations guy.
I like that. That's nice. Does that fit on a business card?
Are you wearing Purdue gear? I can't see the jacket you've got on.
So I have the Purdue Motorsports on. Look, I'm all branded out. I have the gold shoes. I'm not going to show you those. I'll probably hurt myself trying to show
and by the way, of course, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing it. But Derek actually shaved this morning. Isn't that interesting? He just pops out of his face.
Hairy, man.
Just hairy.
Derek, were you responsible for the press release for the Purdue geniuses? This is an amazing story we had 2 weeks ago that developed a robot that actually can do Rubik's Cube in a microsecond.
Yeah, isn't that insane? That was actually my research, Tom, that they took and then they actually patented themselves and all that. No, in the blink of an eye, right? That robot can solve a Rubik's Cube. It's insane. Electrical engineering students and just many of the unbelievable Boilermakers that we have, way smarter than me at Purdue.
and interestingly enough, it also kind of reminded me of the Indianapolis 500 in that it's people from all different countries getting together at Purdue, producing a bunch of great engineers to save the world with great.
Well, for now, the foreign students are allowed,
Okay, they're very good.
Let's not get caught up in that. Come on.
All right, guys, it was great to see you this morning.
Now, Derek, I guess we'll get right to it. We have the betting odds here, but who are you picking?
Yeah, I really do think, Tom, that this is finally going to be Pato O'Ward's breakthrough. I think a lot of fans are hoping that. He's, I think, clearly the most popular driver that's out there. But another guy not to underrate, even though he's going to be driving from the back of the field and defending his 2-time championship, Joseph Newgarden's car, guys, looks ridiculous. And I'm not saying that, looks ridiculous like illegal. I mean, it looks ridiculous. It's going really fast.
Right.
It's going really fast. So I think he's going to make a charge from the back as well, and he's going to contend again and want to win this thing for a third time in a row, which has never been done, which would be crazy. A part of history here, of many histories of the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500.
Pato O'Ward is favored, by the way, by BetMGM. He's got the...
Newgarden certainly has an axe to grind, if you will, or something to prove, or a chip on the shoulder, or whatever you'd like to, however you'd like to put that,
I've been talking to some experts, because I certainly don't know much, but they say that the attenuator, whatever that thing was that was allegedly tampered with, that would have absolutely no effect on anything.
No, but it's a safety thing. It's not a speed thing.
Apparently
it's a safety
and it's just kind of one of those things, why do it?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You're already the King Kong of the series. You're Team Penske, right? You're Joseph Newgarden. All these guys, Scott McLaughlin, all these guys win all the time.
I was talking to my friend Tom, who said he thinks it's possible there was that Penske Perfect and they just wanted to polish it up and make it look nice. And make it look a little cleaner. You think?
No.
Sure. That could be an explanation.
His stuff always looks
I am in the building that he owns, right? So I got to be careful here.
Yank his pass. Okay. No.
Now, as a representative of Purdue University, do you get to go to all the cool sports stuff?
We're separate from athletics, so I do get to go to some sports things, but I don't have just like this whole stack of tickets that they give me. But what is cool is that we get to be out here because Purdue has a graduate with every single one of the American-based IndyCar teams in the garage. We have 12 graduates alone with Chip Ganassi Racing, one of the top teams. Wow. So they send me out here. So 2 weeks ago, they were like, hey, Derek, we want you to work from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway all week. And I'm like, twist my arm. You know what I mean? So it was perfect. So I've been out here for the last 2 weeks and talking to a lot of our engineers in the garages. But, a lot of stuff. The band is here, the All-American Marching Band. We have Purdue nurses on the IndyCar medical team. It's really cool.
And you've got that great new program at Dallara that you've hooked up with them.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. We just had the ribbon cutting yesterday just across the street, Main Street and Speedway. So the motorsports engineering program is going to be right in Dallara. And what better place to be than Indianapolis to learn and train and rub elbows with some of the people where you want to be somewhere in your career.
And I know everybody out there, I can hear their question. Derek, have you ever been alone in a room with the world's largest drum? Has that ever happened so far?
That's actually banned, Chick. You can't be in the room with the drum. The drum has a handler. You can be in the room with the drum and the handler. Okay. But you can't be just in the room with the drum. The drum is sensitive about those things. We try to respect the feelings of the giant drum.
Have you ever put on the Purdue Pete costume?
Oh God, no! No, I would never. I would never do such a thing.
Just the head and the hammer.
Just the head, yes.
This is 100% a true story. When I was 7 years old, my cousin told me Purdue Pete was a real person who had his face melted off in a boiler explosion, and so I have been scarred for life in thinking that hard plastic face underneath there's no eyes, there's no nose, there's no mouth. It's just a soulless. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I love Purdue Pete. Right? I mean, I have to. But yeah, I thought he was a real person for all that time.
Okay, now, Derek.
Please tell me you told him that during your job interview. That's what got you the job.
Once again, today's show, Derek, no filler.
No filler.
We're talking with Derek Schultz, distinguished broadcaster and a member of the Purdue family. I don't have any cash with me today, but I'll go to the bank and get $100 if you can answer. Give me. I'm going to give you 3 names. I want you to tell me the association. Ready?
These 3 names all have some sort of connection.
Well, yeah, but I need to know very precisely, but I'm not giving up the $100.
Okay.
Do you know who George Souders is?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, but why do I know who that is the question.
Where do you work? Where do you work?
I know.
Where are you standing?
Yeah.
Is he one of the yellow shirts in turn 3?
George Souders.
Was he a driver that was an alumnus?
A student at Purdue University won the 1927 Indianapolis 500.
There you go.
Okay.
As a rookie, starting in the 22nd position. Okay, how about this one? How about Pete Halsmer?
I should have brushed up on that. Sorry, say that name again.
Pete Halsmer.
I remember
that one. I don't know.
Christy, he competed in the 81 and 82 Indy 500 races.
Absolutely. I remember him.
And this is a tough one. Mel Marquette.
Well, I think Mel Marquette, Tom, is a Purdue grad who competed in the Indianapolis 500.
Now, all I need for the $100, give me the year.
Let's see. When did this race start? 1911. So let's go with 1962.
1911 was the answer. You almost had it.
Wait a minute.
Jeez.
The judges say, yes, they can count. He said 1911. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Derek.
Appreciate you guys.
And your pick is Pato Award, is that correct?
Thanks, Derek.
I'm going chalk.
Yeah, he's got the papaya microphone right there. He's going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll work. Pato Award is plus 500 right now at BetMGM. So check it out. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Derek.
Derek. Have a great day.
Thanks, you guys.
Now, I promised a couple things, and I've got to make sure we get to it. The Pacers are doing great, obviously, and it's
Game 3 tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Home game. And here's a nice little short song that is a little congratulatory thing about how great the Pacers are doing with a special tip of the hat. I think you'll see what this is all about.
Baby. Boom, baby. Nothing but net. Pacers gonna win. No sweat. Boom, baby. Say it loud. Boom, baby. We are Pacer proud. What a great season. What a winning streak. All the things they're doing and they've not hit their peak. Pascal grabbing rebounds. Turner blocking shots. Hallie passes the ball around. These guys are hot. Boom, baby. Nothing but net. Pacers gonna win. No
sweat. Boom, baby. Courtside with Coach Rick. Boom, baby. Sing along with Slick.
Our corner turner,
Carlisle's going to let him play. Halliburton steps back and it hits. Tyrese Halliburton. This is him hard open three. He sticks it. Boom, baby, I say it. Pacers never stopping from Ben Mather into OB Toppin. Boom, baby, that's our cheer. Sing it real loud, let everybody hear. Boom, baby, get on your feet. Boom, baby, Pacers can't be beat. Boom, baby, sing it real loud. Boom, baby, we are Pacer proud. Boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, baby.
We're talking about 8 more wins for an NBA championship.
Boom, baby.
All right. A little tribute to the great Slick Leonard. Duke Tomato in the song Boom Baby. Updated for the 2025
Gave me
Pacers.
goosebumps.
Isn't that great? Thank you very much, Duke. Now, we return to the sports desk with Chick McGee. What else is happening?
Jules Goux of France. Jules Goux.
I don't know.
The winner of the 1913 Indianapolis 500. Way to go, Jules. Is believed to have consumed 6 pints of wine over the course of the race.
What?
That's what it says. He started early during the first pit stop, had a glass of wine. He spoke no English, came in for a tire change, and reportedly said, oh, come on, Tom. Donnez-moi une bouteille de vin or je suis fini, which means fetch me a pint of wine or I'm done. His pit crew, despite being French, had no wine on hand, so crewmen were sent to the grandstand in search of wine. And one happened on a party of millionaires from Pittsburgh who furnished half a dozen small bottles of wine containing the most select vintage of France.
I'll be darned.
He helped himself to one of the bottles, jumped back in his car, and finished the race 13 minutes ahead of second place.
So he won by 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Today, the winner probably will win by less than a second.
Yeah.
With any luck. So, isn't that great, though? What a great story that is. Once again, today's show, no filler.
So we're not encouraging drinking wine while driving, but it worked for that guy.
6 bottles.
Back then, yeah.
But they were the small bottles, admittedly, but still.
And I don't think they had airplane bottles back then because they didn't have airplanes, I don't think. Or commercial airplanes.
What year was it?
1913? Isn't that what you said?
1912, 1913.
The airplane was kind of coming down a little bit.
Oh, we did have
falling from the sky. But can you imagine the pit crew had to have a corkscrew in their toolbox?
No.
Metric, by the way.
Well, they are from France, right? 1913.
Were they doing the metric thing even then back there?
I'm sure they didn't call it metric or standard. They just called it
French. Okay.
Going around.
Our nuts and bolts, yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great story. You will not be seeing any of the drivers drinking during today's race.
Right.
They'll have milk if they win, of course.
Of course.
Now,
American Dairy Association.
how about a quick
Winners.
update on that forecast, Christy Lee?
Drink milk. Q95 Fox 59 weather. Cloudy today with a high of 70. Tonight down to 50. And then for your Memorial Day cookout, variable cloudiness and a high of 74 degrees. Currently, we're at 55. Double nickel.
And with respect to the betting odds at BetMGM, last evening it looked like this. You mentioned a Pato Award plus 500. Alex Pillow plus 600. Scott Dixon plus 700. McLaughlin plus 800. Joseph Newgarden plus 1,200. What that means is if you bet $100 on Pato Award, you will win 600, so your profit is 500. So there you go. That's how it stands right now. Now you get to the bottom of the list. Jack Harvey, it's plus 20,000.
Whoa.
You would almost have to,
you got to
put
throw
$100 on that. Why wouldn't you, right?
Right? Why not?
Ryan Hunter Ray, a previous winner, plus 15,000.
A lot of crazy things have happened. We all know that.
That's right.
Stingray Rob, a plus 12.5. So once again, that was last night when I did this homework from BetMGM. So we know that that's out there. Once again, this special edition of the Bob and Tom Show is courtesy of Reese Nichols Jewelers, the home of those super cool Tag Heuer Indy 500 tribute watches. And also Speedway Subaru Volkswagen, kind enough to step on board for this edition of the Bob and Tom Show. We are streaming worldwide. We even have our the TV cameras thing going on YouTube. So thanks very much to the staff for taking a Sunday morning with us. And looking for a great race with great weather.
Yep.
And it'll be broadcast. Interestingly enough, the blackout lifted.
Yep.
It hasn't been lifted very often since like 1951. It's been lifted a few times for
They did it for the 100th running in 2016. That was the last
and
one.
for the COVID race.
Right.
But it has been lifted because it's a sellout, technically.
I'm going to take root in my chair today because you've got the race and then you got the Pacers starting not that long after the end of the race.
And again, we have a new gauge. What's
gauge?
Yeah, well, for example, I'll go to a different sphere here. The gauge for hurricanes
Yeah.
involves a restaurant.
Oh, the Waffle House.
The Waffle House gauge. Somewhat less traditional than professional meteorologists, but the Waffle House gauge, if a Waffle House closes, they know it's been serious business. I went out yesterday to buy ice.
The ice gauge, huh?
Total Wine, sold out of ice.
Wow. That's a lot of people at an event, and in a city for events.
Yeah, so, yeah. Now,
350,000 people.
so we could do the ice gauge. I wonder if there's a charcoal gauge. We'll have to ask some of our friends about that. Now, we've got a special guest or two coming up, including some folks that actually know what they're talking about in the world of racing. And once again,
we'll have a wrap up on the Wiener 500 yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, it was so fun.
And
I got to say, Andretti Weenie slowing down.
Oh, there you go.
And our pledge, no filler.
No filler
on today's show. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey guys, Jess Hooker here from the Bob and Tom Show. Looks like the weather's going to hold out, and I am going to do the IndyCar two-seater experience. A little nervous, but I think I'll be okay. I've been coming to the race since I was about 5, so this is a dream come true. I'm ready to get in one of these cars. I just don't know if they're going to let me go ahead and drive one. Do you think if I asked to let me sit in front, maybe? Here we go. The nerves are setting in. I'm just waiting for the excitement to trump the nerves. All right. Down and forward. Got it.
Keep going. All the way down.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
We're in here.
You don't have to hold on to anything. The car will hold on to you.
Mentally, it feels like maybe there should be a handle somewhere. Maybe like one of those Fisher-Price car wheels. That'd be cool. Steering wheel.
I thought about putting a horn in there so you can honk at the driver and make it faster or whatever.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
Okay, hi, Jeremy. Just like to know who's making me safe. I'm not sure if it's sweat from nerves. I probably should have emptied my bladder. There's a lot of things going through my head right now. I love my family. Holy hell, it's running, guys. This ain't no game. Holy oh my God. Okay. Holy hell. All right. Oh my God. The first lap, I don't know why I'm winded. I didn't do anything. First lap, oh my gosh, we're getting up to speed. This is amazing, it's awesome. Second lap, oh hell, how fast are we going? Third lap, I got a little nauseous, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how those guys do this for hours at a time. This is nuts. But I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. I can't believe that I'm here, that I was on the track, that I got to do this today. This is just like a dream come true for anybody who loves IndyCar, but especially a girl that's been raised here in Indianapolis and comes out here every year, my entire life since I was 4 years old. I'm still in shock. But you cross over those bricks and you see the pagoda coming out of turn 4, and I don't know what I could compare it to. Holy hell, dude. Beautiful.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly smooth. Not smooth.
When you become the Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, which one is it, more or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So, for clarity's sake, Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal.
Yeah! More or less. Get it? More or less.
Woo! Party! Oh, okay, let's settle down. Because now, here's where I tell you how to become a Bob and Tom VIP. First, click on the link at bobandtom.com. Then, you'll figure.
Means some sunshine and a high of 74 degrees. Currently 55.
We have people at various positions at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll be checking in with some special guests coming up. And once again, the promise of today's show, no filler.
No, zero.
No filler. We've learned some very fascinating things. We learned about the 1913 Indianapolis 500 winner, Mr. Jules Goux.
Jules Goux?
G-O-U-X. Goux. Drank 6 bottles of wine during the race and still won by 13 minutes.
Yep.
It will not be that much of a gap today. No. I can bet on that for sure. I want you to keep an eye on certain cars. Alexander Rossi from Ed Carpenter Racing will be driving for Java House.
Yes.
Java House, the official coffee, the official beverages of the Bob and Tom Show. You just peel and pour, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all there is to it.
You don't need a machine.
Great.
I hope people have those in their coolers. That would be great. Perfect.
Especially the energy drinks later.
Yeah. Unscrew your bottle, your Tervis or your what is it?
The Stanley.
The Stanley, or
mix it with a little Tito's.
Tervis
in there. A Tervis.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a cup.
Tervis cup.
Yeah. No, I don't have a Tervis.
Of course you do.
Although I know if you're interested in seeing the entire array of Stanleys, go to any junior high school and go to the Lost and Found department, and you'll have the history of the Stanley and others. There are many of them.
I don't own a Stanley.
Left behind.
Stanley,
give me that book. Now, also, Ed Carpenter Racing will feature, of course, Ed driving an oval in the Splenda car. Splenda, sweet.
He and Christian Rasmussen both in Splenda cars.
Okay, and they're up there too, so it could be great. Alexander Rossi, he knows how to win this thing.
Yeah, he does.
We'll see what happens. Now, we're going to return to the sports desk.
Oscar Mayer's first ever Weenie 500 race delighted fans and was an amazing, wonderful success. Unbelievable.
Now, Christy, were you doing the play-by-play?
Yeah, I happened to be there at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway when they were doing this, and in my own little mind, I kind of added some, because on the back straightaway, one of the Weenie mobiles kind of blew an engine, and he was slowing down. And
goodness.
When Andretti Weenie is slowing down.
Slowing down.
And then at the end, Chick, it was kind of a last-minute dash. And
the race began with Lucky Dog, Luke Garrigus, singing the Oscar Mayer theme. A crowd of almost 100,000 people placing their hands over their stomachs, I guess. That's what you do. And the 6 hot dog-shaped vehicles, identically prepared, like the IROC, they took off for their racing debut at the Speedway. The last second of the race, the Slaw Dog Wienermobile passed the Shy Dog to take home the first ever Wiener 500.
Yeah, it was like the Al Unser Scott Goodyear finish. I mean, it was neck and neck. It was just, oh my gosh.
And they had a Borg Wiener trophy.
With all the hot dogs on top. It was so
full of hot dogs. It was in the weenie circle.
It was great.
Doesn't
yes.
I wish Josh were here because I could say, the Slaw Dog. That sounds like a sex move, doesn't it? I gave her the old Slaw Dog.
I gave her the old Slaw Dog.
Yeah, she won't walk right for a week.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
I guess apparently they put their hands over their stomachs to sing the
I wish I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener.
the national anthem of Oscar Mayer Wieners.
Yep.
Everybody.
And they did have a Wiener circle. So now, by the way, that was featured on Fox Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Now,
featured everywhere. People
The Fox
loved it.
Network will be broadcasting today's 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. If you watched any of the qualifications, that ghost car thing they do for qualifying.
Isn't that cool?
So you can see exactly how that particular person is qualifying compared to the
fastest car.
Yeah,
They do that with the 40 times during the NFL Combine. And
Oh, do they really?
there's a slower time or a faster time.
I mean, pretty soon we'll have a camera in the tire.
Well, it'd make you dizzy.
Yeah, it would.
The heck? Well, you wanted a camera in the football.
That'll happen.
I think that technology exists finally. I think so. It's
Why
a
would
gyro.
you want a camera in the football?
Because he's
Why not?
Why did he want to chip in the ball?
What if he throws the ball and the camera's showing from behind? That wouldn't make any sense.
Sure it would. You could see the guy go, hey, he puts his arms up. We got it. Touchdown. I'm just saying the technology is so great. The presentation on television will be absolutely amazing. And the presentation at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, they've got the big screens. And now, you remember the early days of the big screens at the Hoosier Dome?
Yeah.
Remember that screen?
You had a lot of criticisms of that screen, as I recall.
Well, it looked like an Etch-a-Sketch. It was really not that good. Now,
I want to say the first one they had up there was black and white. I don't know why that stuck in my head, and I don't think that was the case, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was black and white, but it wasn't very good.
A lot of pixels. I mean, a lot of, you could see the
not enough pixels.
Right, because you could actually see them.
Right.
So interestingly enough, what did they call the Oscar Mayer event again? The Wiener 500, what was it?
The Weenie.
Weenie 500. But it did put a lot of buns in the seats. Thank you. Well, once again, today's show, no filler.
Oh, a hot dog.
I believe
of Fox Sports.
I think is this Kevin? Yes, it is. Very good.
Hey, there he is.
We're joined by Kevin Lee, distinguished sports broadcaster. He's done it all.
Yeah, he has.
That's right.
And today, are you in the pits today?
We're stretching here.
Yeah.
I am in the pits. Yes.
Now,
it's great to hear you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Kevin.
Now, exactly where are you going to be positioned? Do you know?
I'm in the middle pit, so I've got quite a few of the big players. I have Scott Dixon. I have a mass of people that follow Kyle Larson around, so that's one of my pit sections. Alexander Rossi, I think, has a great chance to win. Kirkwood, Herta, Marcus Erickson. So it's busy. We have three pit reporters, Jamie Little, myself, and Georgia Henneberry, and then otherwise it's a cast of dozens. Just a few minutes ago, he's here. Tom Brady is somewhere. We don't interact with Tom a lot, but I know he's here, and he'll be. He's quite nervous about riding in the two-seater. He didn't really know what he signed up for. He was told, "Yeah, you're going to go about 190," and he's what?
Oh.
So we had him sign the waiver, and he's good.
Okay.
And apparently, it's being driven by Jimmy Johnson of NASCAR fame, a guy who did a couple of seasons with IndyCar. But you've done it all. You've done basketball, football, everything. How many times have you been professionally involved in the Indy 500?
So I did the radio broadcast either in a turn for the first few years, in the pits for maybe 18 or 19 years, and then did NBC for the race since 19. And they invited me to come over and join Fox this year, and I've been able to work out both networks. So I'm still doing sports car racing and some basketball for NBC.
That's awesome.
Now, when you were up high doing the turns, there's no bathroom up there, so do you have to make an effort not to hydrate?
Kind of, yeah. There is definitely a strategery to that. But, yeah, you want to drink early, get things done, and then you're up there and you cannot get down, and you're hoping there's no red flag, no delay. As few cautions as possible. And let's make this a 3-hour and 10-minute race rather than 4 hours. But that was really cool. And it was really challenging because all the cars look alike, especially in the sunshine, to be able to distinguish them.
Now, we were talking to a Purdue guy a few minutes ago. You're a Ball State guy, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I am.
Oh,
yeah.
chirp,
Harvard
chirp.
Midwest.
Yeah. As they say, represent. Yeah. All right, good for you. Ball State has produced so many great broadcasters over the years. They just have a tremendous program. And Kevin Lee is one of them. We're speaking to him right now. Is it a little bit awkward on occasion? You have to shove a microphone in someone's face when things aren't going well in the chaos that is the pits?
Yeah, the good thing is that race car drivers understand that's part of the business. They need to represent their sponsors, and if they're not going to win the race and get in victory lane, the next best thing is getting an interview somewhere during the race. But there are times that they decline, but rare, because they know that they have to represent all of their partners. So we all kind of work together on that. It's actually a little harder in football or basketball where they don't have sponsors and they don't have to talk to you if they don't want to.
Okay, do you want to make a Pacer pick?
Yeah, I was going to say, when he was a baby broadcaster, we worked together for the Pacers way back when we were in the...
You know what?
Yeah.
I think my first time on television was when you were doing the pregame show for the Pacers, and you got delayed and weren't going to make it in time, and they had me go do the pregame interview with Larry Brown. That was my first year when I was doing radio for the Pacers. So I have Christy to thank
you're welcome.
for all of this. So,
and also, the Pacers didn't have a lot of depth then. They almost asked Kevin Lee to play. Not a tall
they
man.
were good then.
Yeah,
it was after the brawl where I almost played.
Yeah.
I was bringing my shoes to games in 2004 and 5 just in case they needed me. I did not expect them to win both games on the road. This is awesome. This is a wonderful day for the city of Indianapolis. I've already talked to a few drivers. Apparently the plan is the winner is going to the game tonight. Certainly if it's an Andretti driver because of the Gainbridge connection. I feel confident that will happen. Not sure about everybody else, but it's a great day for the city.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great thing. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I wondered if the winner would show up on courtside because we were talking about who would be sitting courtside in Indy. And I thought it has to be the winner of the Indy 500, right?
Yeah, and to go out on kind of a serious note.
They'll try.
Yeah.
To go out on a serious note, one of Jimmy Irsay's daughters is going to be waving the flag.
Yeah.
Prior to the race.
Yes.
So that's a really cool thing.
I worked for the Colts for quite a few years, and I think very highly of Jim. It's a complicated life, but genuine man, did so many good things that aren't known. Many are known. He was good at publicity for himself, but just a very thoughtful and caring man, and I have a lot of regard for his family, too. And there's obviously a tie-in. She's married to A.J. Foyt IV, so there's the connection there. So really cool to honor the family.
Yeah, I think it's great. Well, what a great pleasure. Thanks for taking the time, Kevin. Congratulations on all your success, and I hope you get... When you're in the pits, I guess one last question. Are you aware of there's so much going on? Is someone telling you, okay, here's the situation, so you even know what to talk about with these guys?
Well, that's kind of my job to follow things, and I have a lot of voices in my head, even when I'm not working, but there are voices talking to me. I'm listening. I'm listening to the race scanners to kind of tee up what's going on so I can, say this is the change, this is the issue that they're dealing with. So that's what I'm trying to do in, say, a 7-second pit report and get all of that in.
You do a
Luckily,
great job.
you guys gave me more than 7 seconds. Thank you.
Pro.
But like we said on today's show, no filler.
No filler.
But it was great talking. Thanks a lot, Kevin. We certainly appreciate your time.
Oh,
thanks, Kevin.
Best
I love you guys.
Best of luck on Fox Television today. It'll be awesome. I'm taping it so I can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
taping
We're
it.
live. We're live this
They're
year.
live,
Indy. That's
and
great.
they're going to play it again at 7.
And re-air.
I know. I want to watch it again. I want to see.
I'm watching the Pacer game tonight.
Yeah, I think most people are.
Yeah, that's why I'm taping you. Thanks, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin.
Thank
you, guys.
I will never stop saying taping.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
It's okay.
All right.
You can't make the jump to just recording.
Recording?
No, and I still call them records.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard that record on Spotify? I know that doesn't make sense, but that's the way it works. There are certain things that just aren't going to go away in my head. We are not doing any filler today, and we're very pleased that we are broadcasting courtesy of Reese Nichols Jewelers, Speedway Subaru Volkswagen, And we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. And I asked Frank if he could sing, and the answer is not really.
Probably you're correct.
But I thought if we provided you with some great song lyrics, like the song Piano Man, you could perhaps go through this with your various famous people doing it. And I have a random list here. So I hope this isn't unfair, but let's just try this right now with the lyrics to Piano Man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's comedian Frank Caliendo. It's John C. Reilly.
Oh, I think I could probably sing this one. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man. It's better than you thought it was going to be, isn't it? Sitting next to me.
How about nice, John? How about Morgan Freeman?
To his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
How about Tracy Morgan?
La da 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 da.
That would have been better as me. Da, 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 da.
Okay, Paul Giamatti.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. And you've got us feeling all right.
Adam Sandler.
Here we go. Now, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with that joke. Would I light up a smoke? But he's someplace and he'd rather be.
Okay, Jeff Goldblum.
He says, Bill, I believe this is what? It's killing me. There's a smile right away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be, a movie star if I could get out of this place. Yeah.
But John Madden. Speaking of sports, Mel Kiper Jr.
Now, Paul, talking about a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. It's been too much time doing a thing, and he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy. You know, the fact of the matter is probably going to be for life. And the waitress, tremendous job talking politics, and the businessmen, they're slowly getting stoned. Tremendous job, probably going to keep them lower in the draft. Yes, and sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than what? Drinking alone.
Seth Rogen.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man, I guess. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. I got something that makes me feel all right, too.
How about Al Pacino for an ending here?
It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. And the manager gives me a smile because he knows that it's me they've been coming to see to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival. I thought he was going to cut me off, so I got big. And the microphone smells like beer. Dinner time. And they sit at my bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here?
Stephen A. Smith. Oh, la, da, 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 dee, da, da, da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody.
And you've got us feeling all right.
Very nice.
Frank Caliendo does Billy Joel.
The Piano Man.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That was great, Frank. Oh, I feel so...
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
Yeah, you ready?
Ask me again.
How you like it so far? Making coffee at the office was a hassle, was a chore. Hooked up with Java House, it ain't a drag no more. Don't need no percolator, no clunky pie machine. Don't need no coffee filter and grinding coffee beans. A quick feeling pour, got my coffee, got my tea. The thing about Java House that I can guarantee, it's amazingly smooth. Java House, it's amazingly smooth. Java House.
High of 70 tonight, low 50. Variable cloudiness, Memorial Day, high 74. Currently, we have 56 degrees, and it's perfect weather for a motor car race.
Thank you very much. 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, of course, today. And it's still several hours away, obviously. A lot of pre-gaming. Yep. A lot of pre-gaming going on. But we're doing our show no filler, just playing great stuff and from the classics, many of our tributes to the Indianapolis 500. And we have lots of interesting information. Did you know that Dick Simon was once interviewed by the FBI because they thought he might be D.B. Cooper? That's the kind of high-quality stuff that we're getting for you.
Here we go again.
Also, we had our Pacer tribute, Boom Baby. We'll get that on again. But right now, by special request, it's Bob's Bird Call, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
There you go. Yeah, he couldn't.
Okay.
Bob, come on. He did the first one. He couldn't get the second one. The African scissor bird, or whatever it's called. We'll try to. What is it again?
The Guatemalan scissor bird.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Now, our broadcast today is a special one, and it's courtesy of Reese Nichols Jewelers. Reese Nichols. Let's get the L in there. And, of course, also, we have our friends at Speedway Subaru. They got something special going on in the month of May. Speedway Subaru, family-owned, Indy proud, and minutes from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Subaru brand is built for reliability, dependability, and endurance. I know my son is on his third Subaru. He is a big fan. They have adventure-ready models like the Outback, the Forester, WRX, Cross, Trek, and they're in stock right now. Subaru, maybe the vehicle you've been looking for. Every qualifying Subaru comes with the Speedway Cares lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Consumer Reports lists Subaru.
Consumer Reports?
They report that it's the number one brand in safety, reliability, and adventure.
Damn right they do.
What month is this?
May.
That means there's something special going on at Speedway Subaru. Come see him in Speedway or buy online at speedwaysubaru.com, of course. They'll deliver your car anywhere within 300 miles free.
Boom.
So if you're watching us on the big screen, they'll take one out for you. Your Subaru, your adventure. Start your adventure this month with Speedway Subaru. Report for duty right now. We have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk. Chick McGee is at the Sports Desk. This is Tom speaking. We have a number of other special guests on the way. In just a few minutes, but right now let's check in and once again with Christy Lee. What have you got going over there?
Do you want to talk Speedway stuff, or do you?
What
want
do you
to
got?
talk?
Let's do Speedway. What do you got?
All right, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum has announced plans to construct a new car restoration and event facility near the Speedway. The new restoration event facility will feature a space for a full-time restoration department to continue preserving and caring for the vehicle collection. 6 restoration bays, 2 detailing bays, a dedicated space for vehicle storage, and they will feature an event space.
Wow.
Now, I understand when they...
in late of 2026.
If you take one of those antique race cars in there to be restored, when they're almost done, they come up and ask if you want a new air filter.
Where did that start? How did that start? And it's genius that they do that.
The air filter thing?
Yes, the classic upsell. It's perfect.
That's because the air filters look so nasty even after a day.
That's true. You're
so,
right.
The average person looks at that and goes, hey, damn right it needs a new one.
Yeah. 9-time Grammy nominee Natalie Grant will be performing your national anthem before today's Indianapolis 500.
With a twist.
Yes, acclaimed opera tenor Arturo Chacon Cruz will perform God Bless America during pre-race ceremonies.
The original plan was to do the national anthem. You know how they do it at a hockey game? They'll do the Canadian national anthem.
With Kate Smith?
And then they'll do the American national anthem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
they were going to do all the national anthems
Of the front row?
of the whole field.
Everybody?
Oh, my gosh.
And then they realized that would take an hour.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
A Pato Award, the Irish national anthem
Mexican.
from Mexico.
Pato, yeah. They're from lots of different places in the world. It would be a long siege.
Yeah.
Be a long.
Brazilian national anthem, I know that. They'd have to include that one.
Do you know it?
No, they'd have to include that anthem, though.
Oh, of course.
It's got to be something by...
Shakira?
Gloria.
I don't know.
Or Gloria Estefan or somebody like that. Yeah, that's what I think.
Isn't that terrible that I would think she's not from Brazil? Is she from Brazil? I don't even know.
No, I know Gloria's not, probably. I don't.
The All-American Rejects, one of the bands that played Carb Day, are doing a house party tour. The band is giving fans the ability to submit an event or venue for the group's next pop-up show on social media.
This is super cool.
You can pitch your own backyard or a local hotspot and share your ideas in the comment of the band's social media posts. Locations are a secret until shortly before the show, but fans can sign up to receive alerts when the All-American Rejects come through their area. Easy Come, Easy Go, the band's first full-length album in 13 years, is coming out on June 5th. And boy, they were a hit on Carb Day. Folks loved them.
A great band.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how cool is this? The whole point of this is they're trying to do shows that aren't costing you $500 a ticket.
Sure.
So it's a really cool thing for them to be out there doing it, and they're taking a big hit on it financially, but they're trying to keep their head above water and at the same time do a bunch of cool shows. So, again, you can quite literally nominate whatever event you may have going, and they may end up showing up. So I don't know if we're able to stick around for the race. So if you're out there, fellas, thank you very much for a great Carb Day show. And once again, the new tradition of Carb Day is on a Friday, and the big concert actually takes place in the infield of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, where they're already jamming there now, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the music started at 8 this morning, I want to say.
Really?
About an
It
hour
starts
ago, yeah.
early. I know that. Yeah. And you can hear it. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, you want to pace yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
They had video of the guy setting the cannon off, shooting the cannon off. That's something. Man, that scares me every year. I don't know why.
Well, time now today. I think we do have another guest, and I can't see anything you're writing over there, Jason. What does it say?
It says Chuck Lofton's coming up in just a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we got to get him a better pen.
All right. There
we
he
go.
is.
There he is. Hi, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
everybody.
Chuck, the clock is ticking. And is that your replacement sitting right next to you?
Oh, it is.
Well, that's got to be awkward.
Yeah, no joke.
This is, yeah. I'm just filling in afterhand, that's all. Well, the conspiracy has now been revealed, but Matt is here. This is Matt Standridge, and he's going to be taking my place. He'll do a wonderful job, and I know that you've already heard from people. He used to work in Northwest Arkansas, and I know there's some Bob and Tom fans that have already made you aware that he's pretty good.
Yeah, we were talking on the air. I said, God, I love the guy with the sculpted beard. And we started getting emails from people.
Yeah,
that's Matt. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Matt.
The only reason why it's sculpted is I can't grow it past here. That's all.
That's
nice cover. Yeah,
that's a good confession. So I was thinking about this earlier. Chuck, you're retiring pretty soon. Are you going to still keep up with the weather so when people see you, they're going to ask you about it?
Yeah, it's kind of like Pavlov's dog. You know, if somebody dangles the weather in front of me, yes, sunny and 70. So I'll be able to I think I'll still be able to do that, Tom. But, you know, I've been doing it for 40 years at WTHR. So I don't ever intend to quit looking at the weather, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, do you have any hobbies? What are you going to do? Do you play golf? What is the retired Chuck Loftton going to do?
I have nothing in my life, which is pathetic. That's why I've worked there for 40 years. Are you kidding me?
Hey.
So what he's saying is,
Chick, you and I can relate, right?
That's right. Yeah. I don't see you I've never seen you at the Nothing in My Life meeting. I don't know, but you're invited. Yeah.
Well, so Matt, you better get a hobby now. So 40 years from now, you'll have something to do.
So I know what to do.
Now, Matt, do you have any hobbies? What do you do on the side besides looking at the sky?
Well, I do a lot of that, a lot of cloud watching, but a lot of hiking, a lot of get out there, see some trails, see some lakes.
Oh.
Well, I'm not going to be doing that. So.
Now, Matt.
Join me, Chuck. We'll take the level road. That's okay.
Whatever, young blood, just keep it to yourself, okay?
Yeah, I watch.
You keep thug lifing it on there, baby. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it straight and narrow.
I watch Channel 13 all the time. I've seen Matt does a great job. You guys all do a great job, Angela, et cetera. Now, Matt, have you been brought up to speed on how this works with the Indianapolis 500? Do you know anything about the drivers yet, or are you on a learning curve? How's it going?
A little bit of a learning curve, but I grew up watching it with my family. There's a big difference, though, than being here actually at the track. And so getting to be in some of these behind the scenes, like Chuck and I were on pit lane there a little bit, getting into the pace car, different things like that, whole different experience. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they explained
I know, Tom Chicken. Christy, that this means a lot to you, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it does to me. This is my 40th race here, and I love it, and I'll keep coming. But there's just something special that makes this city so great, and I think this is probably the number one thing that makes it such a wonderful place to live.
And Chuck, you'll remember this, and Matt will not, but I was going to say, first of all, usually the weather doesn't have much of an effect on basketball. It's played indoors, Matt, here in Indy.
Yeah.
But do you remember a while back, it was like 20 years or so ago, there was the Indy 500, and then there was the Pacer game downtown, and there was a tornado.
I don't remember
Yes,
that.
there certainly was.
Oh, okay.
That was 22 years ago, actually. And I was here doing our coverage, and we knew that the storms were going to cross the border. I got out of there. I was on the air live at Channel 13 while the race was going on. And honestly, this is a behind-the-scenes look thing. I am screaming when we would throw it out to a reporter. Tell Dave Calabro they have got to stop this race. I mean, I was getting extremely concerned. And then at one point, we had a guy, a photographer on top of the pagoda, and he looked and saw tornadoes, south of the Speedway. And it ended up, that was what hit that area near Southport. So, yeah, I remember that very well, Chick, and that was probably my worst memory of the race. But the best memory was they did stop the race. Buddy Rice won it. I don't know why I remember that, but Buddy Rice won that shortened race, and even though there was a lot of damage south side of the city, there was nothing here at the Motor Speedway. That did, however, change a lot of policies out here for what in the world do you do when it's coming.
Yeah.
It was pretty scary.
Yes.
Now,
we don't have to worry about that today.
Of course not. Yeah.
No.
I know that we have
Matt, what's the weather like today?
Matt.
We had some good rays of sun there first. I know, but on the spot. Well, so Lindsay's been really watching the radar, and she's been great forecasting for us this morning. You see some stuff on the radar, but then you check these airports and you don't see anything on the ground. They're not recording anything. So we think most of these raindrops are evaporating before they hit the track. So if we can keep that, we'll be in good shape.
It's one of those days, Tom, Christy, and Chick, that the radar looks worse than it really is.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right,
Good to know.
well, you guys do a great job. Chuck, we're going to miss you.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe you can stop by. We can harass you in person.
Yeah, you
think
can
how
start
much
coming
fun
in
that would be.
It's all part of joining Chick's club there
Yes,
that he's been talking about. So
Okay.
absolutely.
You're used to getting up early. You might as well come on in here.
Now, here's you probably know this, but a native-born Hoosier has not won this race for many, many years. I want to say, I think it may be more than 70. I'll have to look it up. But who are you picking to win, both you guys? Have you thought about it today?
Go ahead. Do you have a winner?
I'm going with the rookie.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Schwartzman?
Yes.
All right.
I am. Yes,
All right.
Schwartzman. Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think you can hold it.
That's
Great
a.
I think we're going to see one of the great upsets of all time, and I do think that Joseph Newgarden is going to go from last to first.
Yep.
I really think that's going to happen.
Incredible.
For that to happen, you'd unfortunately probably have to have some wrecks or some yellow flags, but
Good call.
I think he's going to do it.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for the good weather.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
see you, Chuck.
We love you.
Great.
Matt, welcome aboard.
Yeah, Matt, you're doing
Thank
a
you
great
so
job.
much.
I see you all the time.
And
Thank you.
I'll see you at the meetings, Chuck.
All right. Save a spot.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, great coffee. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Matt's doing a great job. I love watching him.
We did actually. I walked in last week, like Tuesday or Wednesday, and he goes, "Have you?" Tom says, Tom,
Yeah, I heard him.
Have you seen the new guy on Channel 13? He's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough gig, replacing the great Chuck Loftton. I almost said Chuck Loftton.
We always share a
Chuck?
drink at Rev, Chuck and his wife and I.
Now, once again, today's show, no filler, so we got some more great guests coming up, including the mayor of Indianapolis. We already talked to the governor. That was great, talking to Mike, and we're going to talk with Joe, our distinguished mayor, coming up. Also, that guy that's going to sing Back Home Again in Indiana, and a couple of other friends of the show on the way. We'll also play our great song, Boom Baby, from Duke, a tribute to the Pacer game tonight. And I'll remind you, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Race fans, it's May, and you're out at the track. You're hot and thirsty. If you don't get some relief quick, just like those Indy cars, your body's going to overheat. That's why you need the cool, refreshing blast of body fuel. It's like an overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. Just one drink, and you'll be refueled and ready for anything your busy lifestyle demands. Excuse me, sir. You look hot and thirsty.
Boy, I sure am. I got my 2 kids with me, and I forgot the cooler in the car. God, it's got to be 100 degrees out here. I could sure go for a cold drink of water.
Water? You don't want water. You want something that'll replenish all the fluids you've lost. You need the overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. You need body fuel.
Body fuel? I never heard of it.
That's because it's new. Here, try it, sweet.
Jesus! This tastes like motor oil.
Well, there is some motor oil in there. There's some transmission fluid, gasoline, and even a little engine coolant.
Engine coolant? Hey, I can't see.
Well, of course you can't see. That's the power of body on your system, making it just like brand new. What do you think of body fuel?
Are you trying to kill me? Hey, what's that fizzing noise?
That's a little battery amp. It'll keep your body running smooth and efficient. How do you like the sporty racing look of the package?
I can't see it. I can't see anything.
Well, it's very sporty. Don't worry, preliminary testing shows that the blindness is only a temporary side effect. Anyway, how about that refreshing, cool, clear taste?
Come here. I'm going to sue you bastards. Come here. Where are you? I can't see anything.
Body fuel. When you're so thirsty you could die, try one of Body Fuel's 3 delicious flavors: original lemon lime, iced tea, or diesel.
I can't feel my tongue. My gums are bleeding. My gums are bleeding.
Body Fuel from the people who brought you Thirspiration Plus. It's the health drink for those on the run. Go out and pick up some Body Fuel today at a supermarket or auto parts store near you.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
You look up to your parents, your grandparents, and you go there and you're having a good time because they're having a good time, and they explain it to you, and you just get caught up in the excitement. My grandfather, my mom's dad, again, they were from Speedway. They lived in Speedway, old Speedway. And after he retired from Powerfax Gas, he would work as a safety patrolman there then. And so me growing up there by the track, it being a part of my life, my whole life, that really got me connected in and just hanging out with Grandpa and him getting me seats and stuff like that all the time. But it's just, it's like any time. It's like listening to the radio network. Kids are probably doing that now because their grandparents, mom and dad always did it when they were cooking out. And you take them to the track and you get them there and they're just amazed by, oh my gosh. I mean, I'll never forget. My dad, again, I grew up at 30th and Georgetown right there by the track. And in March of 1963, I was 8 years old. And I knew I had driven by the track, but I'd never been in it. And one day, Dad come home from work, and he said, they're tire testing. You want to go see it? And I go, yeah. So he puts me in the car. We go down Georgetown Road. We pull into that's when the museum was there at the first turn. It didn't get moved into the infield till 1977. And we park right there, and we walk in the main gate. It was free. And I'll never forget walking up the steps in the Grandstand D and walking in and looking and seeing. I can still see in my mind what I saw in March of 1963, my first look at the infield. Holy moly. Look, this is huge. And all of a sudden, there went Eddie Sachs in a red and white front engine roadster. And like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And I think kids, and they're right there with your dad or their grandparents or whomever, and they experience that, and they get caught up in it, you know? And I mean, some kids, maybe that doesn't happen until they're a teenager and they're down drinking when they aren't supposed to be in the infield somewhere or something like that, but it just grows on you, you know? And then living in Eagledale, you know, spring fever is bad enough on a kid. You're 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. I went to school 79 right up on 34th Street. Of course, there's no air conditioning. Windows are open. Well, May 1st starts, and all you hear is race cars. And I could tell the difference between an Offie and a Ford. I'm going, oh, man, that's probably Foyt going through Ford. Oh, that's an Offie. Okay, that's probably Bobby Hunter. And, you know, I'm trying to learn my Gozintas as Jethro, you know. I'm trying to learn 4 times 5. And who cares? Listen, oh, man, that was a Ford. That was probably Mario. Man, it's just killing me, sitting in there, you know. So I mean, that place, again, my first 500 was in 67, and I've been to every one since. But I think just going there with your parents and sharing that experience with them and that bond, and just the spectacle that is what goes on there race day, gets you hooked. Back home again, Indiana, and you know, Jim Neighbors sang that forever and was beloved and did such a fabulous job. And that was a last minute deal.
Hey, Chris.
I think in 1970.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. I like your hoodie. That is cool.
What is it?
It's the old school Pacers hoodie.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Now you're going to be not courtside. You're going to be up high today. You're in turn 4. Am I getting this right?
Yes, I am 35 rows up in Stand J. At the top of Stand J, I'm in a basket at the top of Stand J. When I went up there some 24 years ago, Bob Lamey had been in turn 4, and I took his spot. And I looked at the position, and I asked the late John Royer, I go, I have to do it from there? He goes, if you want to be on the air, yes. And so I'm not a big fan of heights. I've gotten used to it over the years. The same fans every year sit below me. They offer you food and water and all that kind of stuff. So, at the top of Stand J, 35 rows up.
Ooh. Wow. It's part of the radio broadcast, which is heard worldwide on several hundred radio stations. So I'm trying to think. You'll be handed the microphone. I guess it's, goes from Michael to Jake Query, then to you. Is that right?
Yes, turn 1 is Nick Yeoman. Turn 2, Michael Young, as you guys know, and then Jake Query in 3, and I'm in 4, and then I toss it to Mark Janes. And we have a lot of fun. We practice together on Friday. For me, I only do this, 1 or 2 times a year, and so these guys are traveling the road doing the IndyCar races. But it's a great opportunity. I've said this, that the IMS radio network is a lot like, from the standpoint there are so many people involved, there are so many voices, and one of the things that you have to do as a turn announcer is you really have to be a good listener, because you can't see the majority of the track. So I really rely on the guys in front of me to paint the picture, and then that helps me.
Yeah. Now it's obviously significantly different. You've done a lot of television with basketball. Are you conscious of the distinction when you're doing TV, that you don't have to be as detailed as you are on radio because people can't see it?
Yeah, there's no question about that, Tom. That's one of the things that, for many years, I bounced between radio and TV when I was the longtime voice of the Indiana Fever. And you're right, when you have video, you don't have to talk all the time. And again, we've always said that television standpoint, it's probably more of the analyst show than it is the play-by-play. But on radio, you've got to paint the picture and let people know what's going on. And I think we've done that very, very well over the years. I mean, I grew up as a kid outside the Dayton area listening to the Indianapolis 500. And so for me to be a part of the broadcast and having people all over the world listen, it's pretty cool.
I got to do a shout out to Wabash. I know you were a distinguished player at Wabash because we've already had a Purdue guy on and a Ball State guy on. So we got to keep saluting all these great colleges and universities in Indiana. Can you? Before,
That's right. 40 plus years ago, I was a part of a national championship basketball team at Wabash, so some great memories.
Oh, that's great. Well, before we let you go, a very quick a summary of your thoughts on the Pacers.
I'll tell you what a year it's been. I mean, what a 2-year it's been. And, you know, we have a chance to see this franchise go to the NBA Finals for the second time in 25 years. They've had a great run. It's a great group of guys. Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam. I mean, it's a team that Indiana, I think, has fallen in love with. And now we're seeing the country realize how good this Pacers team is. So I can't wait. Gainbridge Fieldhouse is going to be absolutely crazy tonight for Game 3 with the Pacers having a chance to go up 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now the guys in the NBA, a couple of them have tricky ways to pronounce their names, but you get to IndyCar racing, it's really tricky. Is there like a little class they have at the beginning? So Palau, so you get it right?
Yes, and the one thing that I've done in the NBA with so many international names as well as the racers here, I don't care how you spell it. I'm going to write it down phonetically so that when I look down, I say it the right way. So I don't care how you spell Pelot. I just know that I'm going to write it phonetically.
Okay, and it's Connor Daly. Kristen
Could you imagine if he... Yeah, could you imagine if he won the race today and then shows up at Gainbridge with the trophy? It'd be fantastic.
Oh, my God, it would be great. Okay, well, it could happen. Thanks very much, Chris. Congratulations on a great day you're going to have with that tremendous radio network. And the fact that you have to take it over from Jake Query, if you can get Jake to stop talking, he has. I know several people that want to know what the secret is for that. Thanks, Chris.
Have a great race.
Hey, thank you.
Wow, way up there. Way up there in turn 4.
Yeah.
That was cool. Now, where were we? I think we were.
I think Jake's actually right above me.
Oh, yeah.
In turn 1. Isn't he? Is he turn 1?
No, he's in turn 2.
Turn 2. Who's in turn 1?
But turn 2 is Michael. Jake's in 3. Nick Yeoman is in 1.
Okay, he's right above where I sit for the race, actually.
Okay, and then Mark Janes is the sort of the chief announcer, and then there's obviously a lot of people involved.
Right.
And it's on radio stations all over the world. So the Indianapolis Motor Speedway radio network.
I grew up listening on the radio. That was always a big yard work day. Yard work day, barbecue day, listen to the race day growing up.
And we're hoping to get hooked up with the mayor here pretty soon. Okay, cool. And we'll go back to Christy Lee.
Do you have any more
I don't.
500 stories?
No, sir.
Well, I don't. I'm out of 500 news. We can go to just some.
I may have some obscure stuff.
What do you have? What do you have over there?
Well, so we've covered the fact that Tom Brady's going to be in the 2-seater.
Yep.
He'll be in the back seat going at speed.
And all the tires will be inflated to the proper pressure?
Well, we're sure about that?
Well, at speed for the 2-seater, not at speed for like an Indy car, 239 miles an hour.
I'd be sobbing.
At 180, you'd be sobbing.
You've gone around the track with AJ. How fast was that car going? Do you remember?
It was a pace car,
right?
So it was going
100.
Yeah, more than that. But I mean, it wasn't going 180. Okay, I think we're ready to switch gears here and get back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There he is. It's his honor, the mayor, Joe Hogsett. Hey, Joe.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on? Racers and Pacers. Racers and Pacers.
Now, every Thanksgiving, I do the walk run in Broad Ripple.
Yes, you do.
And Joe is always there, and I make an effort to usually be in last place. But whenever I walk by, I go, "You owe me $1. I voted for you."
Have you ever paid him, Joe?
No.
Tom. The truth is that I owe you more than $1, actually. So,
every year I ask him that.
You will pay up this Thanksgiving.
Now, do you have any official duties as the mayor of Indianapolis for the 500?
Just to cheer on. Hopefully we'll have a safe and competitive race. Obviously, because of all...
Uh-oh. Did we just lose the audio?
Yeah.
As mayor, I check on our public safety and first responders pretty closely because we want to keep everybody safe and we want everybody to enjoy their either time at the track or visit to Indianapolis. And next year, the public safety personnel will be working for 15, 16 hours today because they'll leave the track once the race is over and head downtown to Gainbridge Fieldhouse to protect what will be a record crowd down there tonight for the Knicks-Pacers game.
Yeah. Now, the fact is you're wearing a coat and tie, so I'm assuming you're not going to be hitting the snake pit.
No, I'm not. If I hit the snake pit, I'd probably be up on the stage, and no one wants that to happen.
We've got Gronk out there.
I bet Gronk's not wearing a suit and tie.
No, I don't think anybody in the snake pit is wearing a suit and tie. Now, I'm going to guess, are you rooting for Connor Daly since he's a legit Hoosier?
Yeah, Connor's always one of my favorites. I think we've got a very competitive field this year. I love the fact that this is the first time a rookie has been on the since, I believe, 1983 with Teo Fabi.
Right.
So that's exciting. But yeah, Connor's a local hero and comes from a racing family, and so I got a special place in my heart for Connor.
All right. Are you going to make a pick, or are we going to just leave it at that?
Well, I think Pato and Takuma on the front row have a very good chance of winning the race. But, deep in my heart, because I was born and raised in Indiana and this race has been a part of my life, there's something inside of me that would really like to see Elio win a fifth.
Wow.
500 and set the record. I mean, because several people have won it 4 times, including Elio. But if he won it this year, and he's 50, so
Oh yeah.
This may be his year.
Well, he knows what to do when there's 10 laps to go. He's one of those guys that has the experience. So,
yes, he does.
So we'll see. Mayor Joe Hogsett, thank you so much, Joe. Get back out there, shake some hands.
Have a great day.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. We have just a little bit of a delay there.
I think everybody's on the air now from there. I think it's causing a little bit of there's a lot of communication overlap, if you will.
Yeah, a lot of signals going on out there. We are once again celebrating what will be starting in a few hours, the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, expecting an estimated 350,000 people. There are approximately 230,000 grandstand seats. And then there's a lot of folks. Are your daughters in the infield?
Yep, my daughters do what they call GA, general admission. They like wandering around. They love to watch. There's a huge big screen on the back of the pagoda. I think maybe in one of Willie's reports you could have seen that. And they tend to hang out in that area where they were broadcasting earlier this morning and watch from there. But they like to wander.
Do they go into the snake pit there?
They do not. They've never. In fact,
is that what you're aware of?
Well, that's
Mom?
what they tell me.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Now here's an unusual story. The pole sitter, first of all, that's unusual. As a
rookie,
Joe Hogsett just mentioned, the last time it was in '83, it was Teo Fabi, the Italian. And Teo Fabi is also the sound of a flat tire. Teo Fabi.
Well, Teo Fabi, don't be silly. Teo Fabi means 6 feet.
Okay. But the guy sitting on the pole is a rapper.
Yeah, Schwartzman?
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this.
And he's pretty good.
Yeah, with a brand new team. It's absolutely amazing.
He drops that beat.
No experience racing on an oval.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But his name is Robert Schwartzman. He's 25 years old, drives for Bremer Racing. This is the fact that he does this is so fascinating to me. This is a little bit of his rap.
Paul Paige.
There you go.
You know what? I'm not a rap fan, but that's not bad.
Kind of on the mellow side of rapping.
I like it.
That's the guy on the pole.
Here's a guy I don't think that does much rapping. I don't know. We'll have to ask him, but...
we have Paul Paige?
Yeah, we have Paul Paige.
Oh, there he is.
Paul, are you a rapper, buddy?
Yeah. Good morning. How's everybody?
Good. One of the legendary voices associated, of course, with the Indianapolis 500, the great Paul Paige.
And my former neighbor.
Paul would be great at rapping with that voice.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on today's 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, Paul?
Man, it's just swirling in my head. I'm trying to figure out who could do what. And there's so many opportunities. You know, that last row with the two Penske cars, Schwartzman on the pole, some really good guys in the center of the pack. I just want Schwartzman to get us through the first turn safely, and then off we go.
What was the first race that you attended?
My first race was 1960. I was a kid. I was 15, and I didn't want to go. But my family sent me down to Indianapolis to go to the race, and so I sat in the stands down in the first turn, was where they had some tickets, and by the time the race started, I was already with it. The opening ceremonies alone got me, and right that day I decided somewhere or another I'm going to do something that has to do with the Indianapolis 500. So there you are.
Paul Paige has a great book out there called Hello, I'm Paul Paige. It's Race Day in Indianapolis, talking about a career that involves all kinds of things. But his voice to me just means the Indianapolis 500.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to pick one winner for us today, or are you going to just kind of spread it around?
No, I'm going to quote Mr. Tony Holman, who, when asked the same question, says, "That's why we run the damn thing."
I see. And that is certainly a great answer. Have you been in the two-seater, by the way?
No. That thing's fast.
Have you done a hot lap in the pace car?
I've done a hot lap in my own car. But that's been a while.
All right. Well,
as you probably know, I have a Ferrari, and I took Bryant Gumbel around the track in the Ferrari, and I nailed it as fast as you could go. What impressed me is I did lap at 150 in that car, a couple laps at it, and the first race I went to 150 miles an hour was the barrier. It's almost impossible, a 1 minute lap. And so then I get in there, and I got a passenger and everything, and we do 150. So that's yeah, great. I've done it one time. They see me heading for the track. I guess they're going to probably yell at me.
Oh, that's great. Well, Paul, congratulations on a great career, and I recommend the book, Hello, I'm Paul Paige. It's Race Day in Indianapolis. A lot of insights into Paul's distinguished career at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and lots of other places. Thanks so much, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, have a great race
Appreciate
day.
your time.
Good seeing you guys this morning.
All right.
Great race day.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Now, we are going to be coming back in just a second. We have our tribute to the Pacers coming up, and also a little bit of a.
I haven't heard Just Amario.
Just Amario, I've got it right here in the queue, as they say. And I'll remind you that our broadcast today is courtesy of Reese Nichols Jewelers, where they have those incredibly cool Indy 500 Tag Heuer watches. And also Speedway Subaru and Speedway Volkswagen. Thank you so much. And Java House, I'll remind you again to watch out for that Java House car. And it's being driven by Alexander Rossi. Also, Ed Carpenter has got the Splenda car. Splenda. Sweet. Thank you very much. And we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you ready?
Ask me again.
How you like it so far? Making coffee at the office was a hassle, was a chore. Hooked up with Java House, it ain't a drag no more. Don't need no percolator, no clunky pie machine. Don't need no coffee filter and grinding coffee beans. A quick feeling pour, got my coffee, got my tea. The thing about Java House that I can guarantee, it's amazingly smooth. Java House, it's amazingly smooth. Java House, and my tea, my latte too. It's amazingly smooth, the Java House.
It's time to break up with your brewer. Get rid of that nasty, dirty brewer and get started at javahouse.com. Just use promo code Bob and Tom to get 25% off your order. That's javahouse.com. Promo code Bob and Tom, all one word, to get 25% off your online order.
Thanks, Paul. Right now, Java House is giving you a chance to win an exclusive Java House ECR Racer Jacket and Java House pods for a year. Check out the link at bobandtom.com/contest.
1, 2, 3, got my coffee and my tea. My latte too. It's amazingly smooth. Java House.
Yeah. All right. Java House.
It's the official coffee, the official beverages of the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you very much, Java House. And I'll remind you to use that promo code Bob and Tom.
In 2011, when Weldon won, when J.R. Hildebrand crashed on that last lap, you know, a lot of people don't know this. His spotter in the third turn was so confident they had won, he had left his post in the third turn and was running down to be in victory lane. And so he wasn't up there to tell him, hey, JR, slow down, watch out, there's a, slower car ahead of you. And then he hit him and he crashed. And Weldon wins. So the race is over, everybody's going, where's Hildebrand? Where's Hildebrand? Everybody's looking for Hildebrand. Well, I was back in the garage area, and all the pit guys run around, where is he, where is he? And I go, I'll tell you where I think he is. He's back at his pit, apologizing. They go, Wilson, go to the hospital. I go, he's not in the hospital. He's back in the pits apologizing to his crew. So I hightail it to Panther Racing Crew, and lo and behold, there he is. I'm the first one to get him. In 1989, Emerson Fittipaldi won the 500. On the last lap, he and Little Al touched wheels on the north turn, and he sent Little Al right in the fence, crashed him. But Emerson Fittipaldi came around and won the 500, his first 500 in 1989. And that was also the year that the winner's share of the purse was over $1 million, first time. It was like $1,001,600 or something like that. So that was a big deal. I mean, the Indianapolis 500 has always had the biggest purse of any motorsports event. They were the first to go over $1 million, and they still to this day have the largest purse of any, bigger than Daytona, bigger than anybody's. So race morning after the 500 every year is the big pictures. The winner and the crew all come back to the speedway at 9 a.m. and they put the car on the straightaway and they take all the sponsor photos on all these pictures. Well, Ron McQueenie was the chief photographer at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 40 years. And Ron had the great idea, we need to take $1 million in cash and place it on Emerson's car. So they get hold of the office, we need $1 million in cash. All right. So they bring out $1 million in cash in these bags with real money. Yeah, because this is the day after the 500. And they had armed guards out there. And so they get the money out of the bags and they're stacking it all over Emerson's car. And they step back and they look and they go, that's really not that impressive. Go back and get another $1 million. Now, where else in the world can you say on a Monday morning, Memorial Day morning, go back and get another? Well, they did. And they take another one. And Ron told me, he goes, at one point, I was reaching out to adjust a stack of cash, and this guard went, hey. Like he didn't like my idea of me touching the dough. So if you ever look at that picture from 1989, you can Google it, Emerson Fittipaldi, 1989, and there's money stacked all over the car. That's actually $2 million in cash stacked all over that car.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
942 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Ace. Quick forecast, Christy Lee.
Certainly. Q95, Fox 59 weather calls for mainly cloudy skies today with a high near 70, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Important to the drivers. Low tonight down to 50. And then on Memorial Day, some sunshine and a high of 74. Currently, we have 59 degrees.
In his head, he's already at the Pacer game. It's Willie G somewhere within the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Cloudy skies. Willie, where are you?
We're at the Pagoda, you guys. What's going on? Good to see you.
Yeah.
We're watching you. We love it. Look at all
By the way,
fans.
Oh, yeah. For the first time, the broadcast is on Fox this year. They're doing great coverage, but I just heard they are very concerned with security along the southern fence, so just keep an eye out.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, we were just circled by the Borg Wiener trophy, which artfully depicts the faces of all winners forever. It's like Mount Rushmore, but with way more Brazilian guys. And we have a special treat. We're joined by our friend Theodore. Theodore, get in here. Theodore, where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
And how'd you get here today, Theodore?
So I rode my bike 125 miles to get here.
Theodore has biked to the 500 for the last 4 years.
Wow.
This is his fifth year biking, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, Theodore, how many miles have you biked in total?
Just hit 50,000 lifetime miles last Thursday, May 15th.
It's quite impressive. Wow. And Theodore, tell the folks, why are you riding your bike to the race?
Well, I'm trying to raise awareness for autism, which I myself have. We try to bring, good merit and good vibes for autism, and of course, to enjoy the race and the drivers and the the Indy community.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you, Theodore. If you want to check out his story, you can see it at bigbikercycling.org.
All right.
Theodore, that's awesome.
You are the man. Be careful out there, Theodore. That's great. Good for you.
Cool stuff, man.
Yeah,
now,
cool.
Willie, you mentioned the Borg Wiener trophy.
I have that story.
Oh, yeah, this is a great story. Willie, we were talking about this on Friday. We had a great Carb Day broadcast you guys were involved in. Oh, tell me more, Christy.
The flag holder that's on the very top of that trophy is completely nude, and his penis is on full display. However, when they shoot it for all the press,
when they shoot photographs of it.
Yes. They make sure that they don't show the accoutrement, if you will.
I didn't want to think he was some kind of milk-shooting male member.
It's kind of like that scene in Austin Powers. No matter where they shoot it from, it's always covered by a fruit bowl or something.
Very good, yes.
But yeah, I didn't know that until...
I didn't either. And when I brought that up to Allenser Jr. off camera, he said, oh, yeah, we've all known that. And I go, why doesn't anyone talk about it?
Well, we are talking about it now. The Borg Wiener. Now, where is the Borg Wiener in the winner's circle now? Is that
I do not know exactly where, but it was on like a full tour earlier. They were driving around in a truck.
Okay, now I want to mention something. I've hinted at this earlier. I finally have the actual stat here. Connor Daly is from Noblesville. And this is, I want to say, his 12th start in the Indy 500. He's driving the number 76 Chevrolet. Mm-hmm. He's starting in the middle of row 4. There's been an 85-year drought for Indiana-born drivers at the Indy 500. The last one to win was Wilbur Shaw in 1940. And this is really cool. Connor Daly is going to wear a helmet inspired by 3-time winner Wilbur Shaw.
Oh, cool.
So an interesting trivia fact with our show today. No filler.
No
filler. No,
just fascinating stuff. Willie, your Pacer pick for tonight?
Yeah, the Pacers are going to win. I'm taking the money line. I'm not going to do any sort of point spread situation. But yeah, the Pacers are going to win. They're going to go up 3-0. And if they lose one, today's the one that they could lose. We lost game 3 when Cleveland came here. So I'm already kind of making concessions for my own mental health. But yeah, I do think the Pacers are going to win today.
All right. Who do you got there? I can see there's somebody standing next to you.
Yeah, we got another Bob and Tom fan. How many years have you been coming to the race?
I am 33 years old. I've been coming here since I was 4, so about 1995.
Pretty good. And also, he's 33 since he was 4. There's no way to figure out the math of how many years he has officially.
I lost him.
We get like a real math whiz engineer type here.
Ask him who he's picking to win today.
Who are you picking to win today?
Drive for 5, Elio Castroneves.
Okay. Elio is going for his 5th win. He's the only 50-year-old driving today that's not taking his kids to Sunday school.
Oh, we love Elio. That would be cool. Willie G. It's great to see you today. Great stuff, and I know you're going to the Pacer game. Just haven't decided if you're going to head home for a little rest.
I don't think I'm going to head home. I think I'm going to go downtown. I think I'm going to try to, pace myself, the Pacers and the Racers. It's a pretty cute word joke there, you guys. We're almost out of jokes for the moment.
And there's a rumor that the winner of the Indy 500 will attend the game.
I think that should happen. I mean, whether it's Joseph Newgarden, whether it's Pato O'Ward, who knows who it's going to be, but we should have someone sitting courtside so we can compete with, Timothy Chalamet and Jelly Roll.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also...
By the way, how is Jelly Roll rooting? That guy looks like he's from Indiana. I don't know why he's rooting for New York. That's just crazy.
Just jumping on...
I'm 6 foot 250. I barely fit anywhere in Manhattan. I have no idea how he's fitting into a courtside seat in New York.
Yeah, if they're getting our winner a courtside seat, last I heard they were being scalped for $25,000 apiece. So I hope they've bought them in advance for just that occasion. Thanks, Willie.
Yeah, Willie.
Hey, thank you, guys. And I know we're missing Godwin today, so I do have a little song parody. It's to the tune of YMCA, and it goes, my favorite place to be, Indy in May, at the pagoda, drinking whiskey all day. That's pretty much all I got.
love it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everything we got over here. So don't throw back unless we need it. If we can't find the mayor, we can't find Keanu Reeves, maybe come back. But seriously, we're running out of jokes.
Okay, thanks very much, Willie. Great stuff. Now, we promised we'd get to this. This is one of the classics. This is the original version from Snake Pit Dave in honor of the great Mario Andretti.
I was just a Mario Andretti on the road, driving to the track last May. Weaving in and out, wasn't any doubt. Ooh, on my way. Doing 85, when right before my eyes, over 1,000 cars before me. When the traffic wouldn't flow, I was just a Mario, but the race went on without me. I was just a Mario Andretti on the road, driving to the track last May. Weaving in and out, wasn't any doubt. Ooh, on my way. Doing 85, when right before my eyes, over 1,000 cars before me. When the traffic wouldn't flow, I was just a Mario, but the race went on without me. 'Cause I got stuck in traffic. Nobody's cars moving. Nobody's cars moving. I ain't going nowhere. Ain't going, not going. I'm just at a standstill. Hey, get out of my way. Come on and move that van. Hey, what's going on up there? Turn on the radio. They're playing Back Home again. It's 11 o'clock. Ah, no, this is Hallman's voice. Skippity boppity bibbity boppity, gentlemen, start your engines. I got stuck in traffic. Nobody's cars moving. Nobody's cars moving. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going, not going. I'm just at a standstill. Hey, get out of my way. Somebody move that van. I can't believe this. Why me all the time? Let's move it, people. Now cut that out. Stop it. I got stuck in traffic. Oh, please, somebody move it. I beg somebody move it. But nobody moves for me.
The great Snake Pit Dave and the beautiful tribute to Mario Andretti.
Yes.
Featuring a great arrangement by Steve Ali and the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra. I just realized we have not played any of one of my personal favorite songs.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Max Zero and Sitting on My Van at the Track. We got to get to that one. Also coming up, well, it's just some more delightful songs, and we'll replay our new tribute to the Pacers, Boom Baby 2025 from Duke Tomato. Now, I will also point out a couple of things. The Java House coffee, which is the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show, there is a Java House car out there. The Java House car is being driven by Alexander Rossi for Ed Carpenter Racing, and starting in the 12th position. So he's got a shot at it, and he's, of course, one of the gentlemen who has already won this race. We'll be back with more racing information. Once again, today's show, no filler.
Nope.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
295 Night Ranger when you close your eyes. It's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Great.
Holmes.
Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. With Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting any.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. Mm-hmm. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun, and
people like them.
People enjoy them.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the 3rd radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to.
Tom sits on a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff, with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Dr.
Their regular spoof on Dr. Ruth Westheimer features some of their more risque humor.
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married? Well, no, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom's task of filling 20 hours of airtime every week is made easier by several regular characters phoned in by people around town. Nightclub owner Sonny is a favorite.
Great approach. How are things going on at the track? I know you're running the mystery flesh tent this year.
Everything is going just fine, Dow. I bred that baby up, throw it in some shortening, and serve it up. It's the mystery flesh tent, Dow.
It's located, of course, in Turn 1.
It's right there in Turn 1 where people seem to be the most hungry and the least discriminating.
Other characters are voiced by regular visitors to the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Tiger Don Bardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Q95 midday personality Jay Baker voices the spoof on Richard Nixon.
Now, do you remember Ronald Reagan visiting the German cemetery over the weekend?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The media referred to it as the Nazi cemetery. You know, I was the one that put him up to that.
I see.
I said, babes, this is going to be so beautiful for your career. Trust me on this one. I told him, I said, when I was a young boy, I heard the phrase, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. I said, Ronnie, you can't miss a whole field full of dead Nazis. You slide over there, you put the wreath down, the wreath, and you're cruising.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old. Yeah.
This is Greg Todd, Channel 6 News.
Oh, I feel so much better now. You know, Bob.
Yes.
I don't want to say that most of the women that you go out with have questionable morals or anything, but last night...
It turns and sways.
Okay. Well, thanks for the call. Have a great day today. We're going to move
And I've got one more thing. May I say one more thing? I've been waiting 20-some years for this. Is everybody listening?
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay. Chick, go back 20-some years, 1998, Fort Wayne, Indiana, all weekend with me.
What?
There we go. Yes. Finally.
I have, okay, whatever you say.
Okay, remember, and listen to this. You went by your real name.
10 o'clock, Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Christy.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Well, mainly cloudy skies today and a high near 70. Overnight, we dip down to 50. And then for Memorial Day, variable cloudiness and a high of 74. 61 currently.
One of the cool guys at the race today will be Christy's husband, Andy. And one of the reasons he's so cool is the
he's
fact...
married to me?
I wasn't going to go that way, but I guess we could throw that in. I was going to say, because he's got a really nice watch on from Reese Nichols Jewelers.
You
and
should probably call an audible here and say because it's...
Yeah, because he's married to Christy. Yeah, okay, good. Did you give that to him?
I did. It was his anniversary/birthday gift last year.
With you, the anniversary?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it wasn't the anniversary of his going to the race for the 50th time or something.
No.
Want to make that clear?
Well, it also sounded like it could have been an anniversary to another wife.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I'm so sorry.
Good job. You're doing great.
Beautiful Tag Heuer Indy 500 commemorative watch.
And there's a whole series of these.
Tag Heuer, you're it.
And that's Chick's new idea is to have that as their... I don't think they're going to go with that.
Well,
we'll call their ad agency. Tag Heuer, you're it. Reese Nichols has these beautiful Tag Heuer watches, among lots of other things. And you can check them out live and in person or go to reesenichols.com. I'll give you a little assist here. It's REISNICHOLS, reesenichols.com. You can shop right now. They have a huge selection of all kinds of jewelry and watches. And we've been talking to weather people all morning because it's a great forecast at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kevin Gregory, I guess he's still technically a meteorologist, but he's retired from the TV. He's one of their watch guys now.
Right. He's a salesperson in the watch department.
He's an expert in the world of watches. So Reese Nichols, check him out online. Experience the luxury in person. 2 locations, US 31 in Greenwood or just on 86th Street directly across from Keystone at the Crossing. Thank you, Reese Nichols, powering our broadcast today. Now, I believe we have Willie and Miss Hooker joining us from somewhere in the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, look at this. Who do we have here, Willie?
Hey guys, we're here at the Pagoda, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of Pacer gear here at the race today.
Oh, yeah.
A ton. And I found these 2 nice ladies who are doing a crossover with race gear and Pacer gear. Are you going to the game tonight?
Yes, we are. Super excited.
Sure are. Yep, this is Aaron and Rowan, correct?
Yes.
And you guys are lifelong Pacers fans.
Yes. Correct. Yes. Been cheering them on for a long time. A while.
Aaron, you just told me earlier that you just got married, and you made time to show your fandom during your honeymoon, correct?
Yes. We were in Greece, 7-hour time difference, and we woke up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, make sure to watch them each time in their playoffs against the Cavs.
Yeah. Same with you, Rowan?
Of course, I was actually just in Florida on a trip with friends, and I made sure we had time to watch the Pacers.
Well, I want to say I love those checkered shorts.
Aren't those cute?
Those are very cool.
And the Pacers, and we've got an NBA jacket here on Rowan. And look, is that great? NBA on the front, Racer on the back.
There you go.
Love it.
And I want to encourage anyone going to the game tonight, don't be too excited about your outfit while you're there. They're giving you shirts. Wear the shirt, everybody. We got to wear the shirt they give us. It'll look very
cold
cool.
out. Yeah.
Not to sound like an old man, but wear the damn shirt. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, why don't you ask the ladies who they're picking to win today?
Oh, yeah. Who do you guys have? Obviously, we know that you want the Pacers to win tonight, but who do you want to win the race today?
I'm a big Elio fan. Drive for 5. That's what I'm rooting for. I also like Connor Daly, the local. Really cheering for both of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
And who's the most handsome Pacer, and why is it Obi Toppin?
I'm a huge Obi Toppin fan. Best extended league. Is that what I said? Yes.
And if you guys do need one more song parody, because I can tell you Miss Godwin, to the tune of Chapel Roan's Hot to Go, INDY 500, Pacers go up 3-0. Thank you very much.
Oh, that is great.
A crowd is forming here. I bet you didn't know I could sing, did you?
Get your hat out. Get some money.
INDY 500. Pacers going 3-0.
Okay, don't you do it. No, it's no good.
Okay, sorry.
Good job,
Hey,
Tom.
thanks, guys. Thanks, Miss Hooker. Thank you, Willie G.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, ladies. Wow.
That girl in the shorts has to be freezing.
Man. She's extraordinarily attractive.
Yes, she is. She's very pretty.
She's got that going.
Are you kidding? Are you okay there, buddy?
Yeah. Which reminds me.
Yeah?
Apparently, we have a photograph of the Borg Warner. Is that correct?
Oh. You find this really attractive?
You mean the business end of the Borg Warner?
The Borg Warner is one of the most famous trophies in sports, along with what I guess the America's Cup. There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see because of all the reflections sometimes.
Yeah, there is a sort of a silver.
There it is.
but
whoa.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
He has the full.
He's definitely. I hope he's a grower because he's definitely not a shower.
No. I'm worried about the size of his testicles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, those are
He's got
gigantic.
Well, you got to have big balls to race.
I think it only goes without saying.
I guess, but those look swollen.
Once again,
I would have that looked at.
Once again, the entire front naughty, the pubic area. Is there a word spelled out there?
I don't.
Yeah, it says 500.
It looks like there's some printing there. I can't tell. That would be an odd place for a tattoo. I'm sure someone at the Speedway probably has one right now.
Yeah.
It might be the Pink Panther pushing a lawnmower.
Oh, that's a classic, certainly.
Shaving your
there you go.
pubic hair away.
But a little bit, you learned lots of cool things today on the show, including that the Borg Warner has a male member.
Well, ever since we've adopted this no filler platform, you can't help but learn things.
Okay, I do have some other important facts about the Indianapolis 500.
I bet you do.
Did you know that it's bad luck to wear new shoes to the track?
As a driver or just as a fan?
It says seasoned fans stick with dusty old footwear. Same for the drivers.
Well, it makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm not sure the drivers. I don't think the drivers are aware of this tradition. You know this one though. Legend says that a green race car is bad luck.
Oh, we all know that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will show up again.
Yeah, it's rare.
Now, did you know this? That the number 13 has been skipped most of the time, but. It actually has been used recently. Danica Patrick ended up using it in 2018 to close out her career. By the way, I believe she dropped out of that race, so it may retain its bad luck. And I mentioned this earlier, bringing a rabbit's foot to the track is considered bad luck. And saying the word rabbit at the Speedway is considered to be taboo.
I never heard that.
I didn't know this next one. Gloves before helmet, never. Drivers are told put on gloves before the helmet.
Wait a minute. You just said gloves before
I'm sorry.
helmet.
Excuse me. Drivers are told, never put the gloves on before the helmet.
I wonder why.
Helmet first, then your gloves. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to fix. I bet it'd be hard to fasten your helmet with your gloves on, wouldn't it?
Presumably, but that's.
What if you've stolen the helmet? You don't want to leave any fingerprints behind, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
No.
Very good. Very good. Now,
I didn't realize. I know a lot of the guys are getting ready to do the parade lap in the old Indy cars. You know how they do that. And Al Unser Jr. is one of those people, and he's driving a '59 Roadster. Don't quote me on this. It's one of the '50s Roadsters, and he was concerned. He brought driving shoes because regular shoes won't fit in most cars, most of the Indy cars. You have to have that special driving shoe because of the sole. Just that little bit of thickness really makes a difference. I had no idea. Yeah.
What is that? Is there heat coming off of it or something?
No, because of there's just no space. It's just so tight.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Well, we hadn't. I feel bad we haven't played this. I just got a special request for this. One of the classics from the archives of the Bob and Tom race tributes. This is the great Max Zero.
Yeah. Sitting in the morning sun. I'll be there when the evening comes. Oh, watch the golden bozos roll in, and I'll watch them roll on out again. Oh, sitting on my van at the track, I hold my breath when I whiz in the shack. Oh, sitting on my van at the track, drinking beer. I left my home in Beach Grove, drove around on Highway 465. Oh, take a little walk through the snake pits, singing, baby, won't you show me your... Oh, sitting on my van at the track, I hold my breath when I whiz in the shack. Oh, sitting on my van at the track, my baby on a luggage rack. Oh, sitting on my van at the track, drinking beer.
The great Max Zero,
Now
ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
really Indy 500 day, isn't
there
it?
you go. That's of course, sitting on my van at the track. Let's get back to that Pacer fever right now. This is Duke Tomato with the all new edition of Boom Baby.
Baby. Boom, baby. Nothing but net. Pacer's gonna win. No sweat. Boom, baby. Say it loud. Boom, baby. We are Pacer proud. What a great season. What a winning streak. All the things they're doing and they've not hit their peak. Pascal grabbing rebounds. Turner blocking shots. Howie passing the ball around. These guys are hot. Boom, baby. Nothing but net. Pacer's gonna win. No sweat. Boom, baby. Courtside with Coach Rick. Boom, baby. Sing along with Slick. Far corner, Turner. Dagger.
Carlisle's gonna let him play. Halliburton steps back and hits. Tyrese Halliburton. This is him hard open three. He sticks it.
Boom, baby, I say it. Pacers never stopping from Ben Mather into OB topping. Boom, baby, that's our cheer. Sing it real loud, let everybody hear. Boom, baby, get on your feet. Boom, baby, Pacers can't be beat. Boom, baby, sing it real loud. Boom, baby, we are Pacer proud. Boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, baby.
We're talking about 8 more wins for an NBA championship.
Boom, baby.
There you go. Duke Tomato and the all-new Boom Baby. A nice tribute to Slick Leonard. And, of course, a tribute to the 2025 Indiana Pacers. We have a bunch of other guests lined up, so stick around as we get ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now.
Oh, is this it?
No way.
Can you answer the phone, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show. They can hear you, Tom. Hello.
Hey, bless you, boys. This is the Paul.
Is that right?
I got a phone number sitting here. Frank left the phone number. It says call Bob and Tom. and it has a number here. This is the Pope. This is Leo. Who this?
This is Tom. That's Chick. There's
Josh.
Yeah, we got Jeffrey
Christy.
here, and now, actually, interestingly enough, Pat was an altar boy.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
This is the Bob and the Thomas show?
Yeah.
Oh, this is too cool. I used to hear you guys sometimes in Chicago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, wow. Great. I'm glad you listened. Yeah.
Oh, this is Pope Leo. I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm a Pope now.
Yeah.
How about that?
How amazing is that? This is incredible.
You got any changes in mind?
Godwin?
Yeah.
Pat Godwin is here, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Godwin, hey, how you doing? Hey, I was thinking me and you, we could do a big hit song, you know?
Yes, sir.
I was thinking about this. You know the band of Cream?
I do.
They got that song, White Room. I was thinking we'd do There's some white smoke, and I'm Pope now. Ain't that crazy?
Ain't that crazy? You're an American Pope. How about that?
Oh, yeah, Grand Pope.
You're an American Pope.
Pope. I got a big old hat. You're gonna see me do that.
We'll work on it.
Very nice.
How about Sweet Pope Chicago? These are all great songs.
No, I don't like that one, Tom.
Well, there's a new TV show coming up, Chicago Pope.
Chicago Pope.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Pope?
What's that coming up?
Chicago Pope. Instead of Chicago Hope, Chicago Pope.
Oh, that's an old TV show, right?
It's all about you, Your Highness. Are you going to make any Americanizations of the Vatican or anything?
No, we don't want to do anything too drastic, you know. But I'm thinking what we might do. We might maybe we have a pro baseball team, huh? From the Vatican. You like that, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Have they already used the name of Cardinals? Can we use Cardinals?
They had that is out there already. Yeah.
Oh, doggone it! I guess that's no good.
How about Padres?
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
The Padres.
That's already
also
used.
taken.
Okay, sorry.
I am gonna. I gotta change out the Popemobile. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a black and white cruiser. You know, the Bluesmobile. You like that? Huh?
I love that. Yes,
that's pretty Chicago.
Everybody thought, oh boy, a Pope from Chicago. This is no good. He's gonna blow it. This is gonna be so stupid. It's gonna be, what's his name gonna be? Pope Ditka? No, it's not Pope Ditka. Not gonna be walking around going, the Bears. Hey, how about the Bears?
That's right.
That ain't Pope like. You know what I'm saying?
Not popish at all.
Well,
I got a lot of stuff to do. You guys.
Oh, sorry.
So weird. I gotta.
You are a busy man, I imagine. Yeah.
Oh, so busy. First of all, I got to go take a hat lesson. You know about that?
Oh, man. Yes.
Yeah, you got a lot of different ones to wear.
Nobody tells you this stuff. They're like, oh, it's going to be great. You be a Pope. Yeah, this is great. Now I'm going to go take a hat lesson, learn how to walk around in a dress. It's awful.
Did you get to sleep in your new place last night?
I've hardly been to sleep. Are you crazy? There's so much going on. Do you know what time it is?
Not there. No, I'm not sure.
No, me neither.
25 or 6 to 4. Chicago Pope.
Oh, yeah, very good. Very good.
The Chicago Pope. I'm liking all of this stuff.
We're wishing you were here. Now, does the Pope wear a watch?
I don't know.
Oh, I love this joke. I don't know, Tom. Does the Pope wear a watch?
I know you wear the ring. Now, did you get your own?
Yes.
Gotta have the ring.
Oh, he gets a new one?
I think he gets a new one, yeah.
Is it from that organization that makes those high school rings?
Oh, Herf Jones?
I thought it was a Da Vinci coder ring.
Oh,
this is all good.
You're gonna get the Pope to hang up.
I gotta find a papal pen to write that down.
Okay. Well, your Pope is straight talking to you.
Yes.
Pen and papal.
If I had more time, I would have hang out and talk to you boys some more. Christy, honestly, you're the only one I want to talk to. You're the only one.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, you're a good Catholic girl, you know. Maybe you could talk some sense into these boys.
Oh, I'll try.
Us heathens.
Yes.
All of you heathens, well, it hadn't worked so far. What, you've been there 30 years or so?
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, you're losing your accent. Well, thank you very much. Hang up.
Q95 Fox 59 weather, cloudy with a high of 70. Tonight down to 50. Some sunshine, variable cloudiness. Memorial Day, high 74. Currently 62 degrees.
We're going to check in with the great singer and a graduate of Indiana University, the music school, Jim Cornellison. There he is. Hey, we've been doing a tour of Indiana Universities represented today, and you are an IU guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure enough.
Listen to
you
that.
got other people from IU?
No, we've had Purdue, Ball State, Wabash. Now you.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. So wait. So what's the process there that you're starting with? You know, you end with the best. Is that what you're?
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. Now that incredible speaking voice also turns into an amazing singing voice. And Jim will be doing Back Home Again in Indiana. Now, have you been practicing or just have it down? How does this work? Do you go over the lyrics so you don't get nervous?
I always go over the lyrics. You can't mess up, right? Everybody knows the words, and there's just too much focus on you. And it's easy to get distracted in such a situation. So, yeah, absolutely, I go over the words. And I get my head in the game, right? You got to stay focused. You can't look at the people waving their arms behind the backboard in a basketball game when you're shooting a free throw, right? You got to be focused on your mechanics and hitting the bucket. So that's very much like what it is doing this in this situation.
Yeah. You also, of course, do the national anthem all over the place. You're kind of one of the, if not the go-to guy now. That's kind of unusual for a guy that was an opera singer. Do you still do any opera?
Right. Funny you ask. I just did the 50-year gala concert with Indianapolis Opera in March, and that was really, really fun because it had been 5 years since I'd sung with an orchestra, and incredibly fulfilling experience, and it was a great concert.
Do you like singing when you do opera? Do you like singing in foreign languages, or do you ever do the English word operas, if you will?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's been a long time, though, really, right? I mean, the last time I really quit doing opera full-time back in 2007. So mostly, though, it's French, German, and Italian.
Yeah.
Those would be the languages. Yeah, I love doing it. You train for it, and got my master's in opera performance at Indiana University, and you study those languages, and you go on and do apprentice programs with different opera companies, and language training is a part of that as well. So it's not entirely conversational. I mean, I'm going to wreak my vengeance on your soul and send you straight to hell, whatever, It's like,
I love that song. I love that song. Okay, well, this will be
that's a great song.
This will be the dumbest question you've ever had.
Sure will.
When I was a kid, my first exposure to opera was a commercial for Rice Krispies. And I don't know if you remember this because you're a little bit younger than I am, but it was the commercial for Rice Krispies. It was no more Rice Krispies.
I do remember it. Yeah,
you
sure.
do? Oh, good.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I just turned 60, brother. I don't know if I'm younger than you or not.
But what I'm trying to do is get you a gig. See,
are you going to tell me your age?
Oh, sure. I'm 72. But I mean, you can.
Oh well, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're old.
Yeah, you can go to the Rice Krispies people. Do you remember? Anybody else remember that commercial?
I remember that.
It was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the STP commercial with Carmen? You need some STP.
I don't remember that.
Carmen, yeah.
Yeah, those commercials pay great, Jim. I'm telling you, you gotta bring back the opera commercial.
Right. Yeah, you need a national commercial where I can sing some opera. Yeah, I'm in.
Well, your speaking voice is so much better than ours, so we're going to make you hang up. Jim Cornellison will be singing Back Home Again in Indiana, a graduate of the distinguished Indiana University, of course. Thank you so much for your time, Jim.
Yes, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, guys. It's always great to be down here for this race and to talk to you as well.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. What a voice. My God. That is scary.
Really something.
Yeah. I think I started too high. Let me try to. No more Rice Krispies. We've run out of Rice Krispies. Oh, no.
Okay.
What is that, Pagliacci? What is that like?
the great clown, or
Yeah. We'll have to dig that commercial up. We may be able to find the audio from that from back in the day. Now, here's something most people don't know.
What?
Something unusual about the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. There is a tribute to Interstate 465. There's going to be a construction zone in Turn 4, down to one lane on the weekends, and then
well, they have to get it fixed.
Close the pits from 4 to 8.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Back in the day, this is remember we had the story about the French guy that drank all the wine?
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the day, to make it more realistic, the drivers had to get out of the car and go to a 7-Eleven to buy cigarettes, lotto tickets, and a beer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Few people knew that. We're going to go back to the big screen here, and we've got Willie and Jess. Hey, Willie.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Hey guys, we're here from Pagoda Plaza, and we just spotted the Goodyear blimp, which always gives me goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
And as I said earlier, you can imagine there's a lot of pacer gear and obviously a lot of race gear here at the track today. But I spotted this gentleman. His name's Joe. This is his 50th Indy 500.
Whoa.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Are you here with your family today, Joe?
My niece and nephew came down with me.
All right, and you've been coming to, we talked earlier, how old were you when you came to your first race?
10.
10
years old.
All right, and do you remember who won that year?
Yeah, Johnny Rutherford.
Oh. Johnny Rutherford. All right.
So you're down to your niece and nephew, huh? Everybody else in the family doesn't want to go to the race anymore. Or what the? Yeah.
Well, my parents used to come, but they're too old now, so they don't get around very well. So me, my niece, and nephew.
All right. Okay.
Who are you picking to win?
Santino Ferrucci.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, the guy, the kid with the hair.
Yeah, you're the first one to say that.
Yeah, you are.
And he's got his own line of shoes, you know.
Ferrucci's?
Yeah, he really does. He's got the wild hair. And remember we had last year, we had the Santino Ferrucci, what are those? Visors, yeah, that had the built-in hair. I looked amazing with it.
We have a friend who has a dog named Santino after Santino Ferrucci because he's a golden and he had that beautiful hair like Santino.
Yeah, well, an interesting choice. Santino Ferrucci. He is very strong, so we'll certainly wish him good luck along with everybody else. Yeah, he's with AJ Foy Racing. You're very correct, Christy, driving a Chevrolet, of course.
Yeah.
You guys asked me earlier who I had in the race, and I remembered, I didn't know if you guys saw this, but I ran into Mario Andretti on an elevator in the media center on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Saw that.
I was getting ready to step off, and I thought, I can't get off this elevator. Mario's here. And so he said, hello, Bob and Tom. He loves you guys. And I asked him who he had in the race, and he said, who the hell do you think? I think is the direct quote. And so I'm with Mario. I'm also going with Mario, his grandson, today. So
I think I'm also going with Mario because, much like Mario, I'm only here today because of my family.
I think you mean Marco.
Is this his 20th? I don't have the
Marco
fact.
Andretti's?
Yeah, Marco. Is it?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Just watched an interview with him earlier on the big screen, sitting in spot 29. Does that sound right? Yeah.
And
20th race. Yes.
And he's, I want to say, almost won his first time out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I wonder if you're an Andretti, you have to go into racing. You can't,
like a law?
Be a drywall
way,
installer.
Right?
Yeah. And interestingly enough, by the way, Santino Ferrucci is from the country of the United States. He's from Connecticut.
Yep. Even though he sounds Italian.
Yeah, with a great name like that.
Huh. There's a lot of secret guys you think are foreigners that aren't foreigners, so make sure you're nice to everybody no matter what their last name is.
Thanks, Willie. Good advice, Willie. Thank you, hon.
And you guys, it's cooling down here at the track today, and I gotta say, I love it. I'm wearing my Lululemon pullover. It's much better than 2 years ago. It was really hot. I was walking around in a Pacers jersey. Some guy yelled, "Hey, Reggie Miller, nice love handles." So I'm just happy to be in my little pullover today.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to hearing from Reggie tonight. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was great. Now,
50 races, Tom.
Yeah.
I haven't been here for 50 races.
My husband's been to more than 50. I think this is the 57th, maybe.
Where did he go when he was 4?
Yeah, pretty much.
Although I've seen all the Super Bowls.
53rd? I don't know.
59, so.
You've seen all 59 Super Bowls?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Live?
Yeah. On the TV. Yeah.
Well, I know.
Sure.
But not like tape delayed or recorded. Or,
Okay. Well, once again, we are going to feature our one of our special songs. I'll put it that way. Coming up in just a few minutes.
You teased great history earlier. I don't know if that was on or off the air, but
yeah, I wanted to do. There's some exciting stuff in history.
Exciting stuff in history.
No filler today. Remember, no filler.
No filler. Tom,
born in. Not born, making the famous presentation, I'm sure you're aware of this, in 1843, this gentleman presented to the Royal Bohemian Society something that was known as the Doppler effect. That's Christian Doppler. Now,
Or Doppler radar was back in 18 what?
the Doppler effect, you know that thing when you hear a siren go by and it goes dee-doo-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo?
Oh,
That's the Doppler effect. It's sound. And then after doing the presentation, famously, he gave the 7-day weather outlook.
I was going to say.
He's a very, very famous. Oh, of course. Yeah. Babe Ruth fined on this date in 1922 for throwing dirt on an umpire. So he was fined $200, which in those days, what is that now? Like $9,000?
Probably more than that.
And this, I didn't know this. Did you know that in 1927, Henry Ford announced the end of production of the Model T? Mm-hmm. What was the next car?
The Model E.
The Model U.
The Model A.
Oh.
So apparently Henry Ford not too familiar with the alphabet.
Maybe he likes DNA. You don't know.
Yeah. Very good, Christy.
What's the number one selling item in America? That's right, boobs. What's number 2? Ass. All right. There you go.
In 1977, the first and best Star Wars movie was released. It took place in a galaxy far, far away. Where
that turned into a prequel, and then we got Miss Piggy to voice Yoda, and then we got...
In 79, the great movie Alien was released. Every time I see that, I know I need to go get a colonoscopy, just in case there's one of those critters in there.
Boy, how would you like to have a colonoscopy by one of those critters?
No, thanks.
Yeah, very, very rough. Now, a happy birthday to Mike Myers, the great Canadian comedian. Happy birthday to Frank Oz, speaking of Star Wars.
Yoda, yeah.
Yeah, and then happy birthday to Octavia Spencer. Do you know who that is, Christy?
Yeah, she's the actress that was in, what's that movie with?
Other people? Yeah, that one.
No, I'm terrible with movies.
Pee-wee's
The
Big
Help?
Adventure.
Wasn't she in that? Or
Octavia, doesn't that sound like a drug?
Yeah.
Ask
I
your
could see
doctor
that.
about Octavia.
Octavia.
If you have 8 arms, ask your doctor
You
about
have
Octavia.
excessive. Do you have the flatulence of 8 men? Well, try
Octavia. Christy, you'll know this one.
What?
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, great actor.
Yeah.
I believe it's Killian.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Didn't he just won the
written,
Oscar, right?
Yeah, it's written really funny, right? How does he spell it?
With a C. Is it Killian? I've never heard anybody say it out loud. Yeah, he's the guy that... Oppenheimer,
Yep.
of course. And this is an interesting one for you, Chick. Brian Urlacher, born in 78. Apparently, the third most Bears games played in history.
Man. I really scratched my head when he got in the Hall of Fame, but I'm not a Bears fan, so...
Okay, there you go. Okay, now, a couple of other interesting facts.
I have some of the concessions that are debuting today at the 500.
What do you got?
Look at that. All right, the pretzel brat, a bratwurst wrapped in soft pretzel dough served with pale ale beer cheese.
Yes, please.
Yes.
The only question is, how many am I eating?
How many do you want?
10.
Okay.
Are they going to finally put nachos inside a tire and serve that?
No,
That's
but
what they should do.
We do have buffalo tachos.
Oh.
Tater tots covered in buffalo chicken, nacho cheese sauce, pico de gallo, and ranch dressing.
Nice.
The barbecue pork wheel, round wheels of Parmesan, mozzarella, and cheddar cheese, garlic, and smoked pork shoulder topped with barbecue sauce. That sounds really good. The Circle City Meatball Hero, one of the concessions you'll find today at the 500. Beef meatballs, marinara sauce, roasted peppers and onions, topped with provolone cheese on Portuguese milk bread. Not familiar with the Portuguese milk bread.
Whoa.
Well, the big news about Portugal, chick sent me this morning.
Oh, that surf?
Yeah, there's a.
Did you see that guy?
There's a famous place to surf in Portugal in which the the geology offshore creates waves over 100 feet high.
Unbelievable.
And guys and ladies get towed out there.
Yep.
And there's a video of a guy on a wave the size of a mountain going down that thing.
That's crazy.
And he actually survives. It's absolutely staggering. Now, coming up, we're going to feature another great song from the past, from all those Bob and Tom projects from way back when. Lots of great music related to the Indianapolis 500. And once again, special thanks going out to Speedway Volkswagen and Speedway Subaru and Reese Nichols Jewelers for sponsoring our race day broadcast. Also, keep an eye out for the Java House car and the Splenda car from Ed Carpenter Racing. The Java House car being driven by a guy that knows what he's doing, Alexander Rossi. Alexander Rossi could easily win this one. And we hope to see him perhaps in the winner's circle along with Ed Carpenter in the Splenda car. Splenda. Sweet. Right now, speaking of Speedway Volkswagen, they've got something going on right now. I don't know if you've heard about this, but the new iconic VW bus from the 60s is back. All brand new, and Speedway Volkswagen has them in stock, along with the Atlas, Taos, Tiguan, Jetta, and more. Speedway Volkswagen, family-owned, and, of course, right down the street from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They've also got a website, speedwayvw.com, and you can get easy home delivery, once again, for free within 300 miles. So wherever you're listening, pay attention. Check out speedwayvw.com. They have some special race month savings in place right now. Speedway VW's race month maintenance packages, fast precision service with special savings, and more. And, of course, they're famous for genuine VW parts, fluid, certified techs, etc., etc. So take your own victory lap in your new Volkswagen from Speedway Volkswagen, including the iconic VW bus. It's back. Start your adventure this month with Speedway Volkswagen. Great to be here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
It's a tradition. I mean, this will be the 107th running. It's the biggest race in the world. It's the largest one-day sporting event in the world. With the largest crowd. I mean, they don't release figures, but it's over 300, probably closer to 350. Probably at one point it was over 400,000 when they let a lot more people in the infield. But nevertheless, it's easily over 300,000 people one day. It's just an event. It happens on Memorial Day. It's to help celebrate our veterans and our freedom and to commemorate that. The listening to it. You can listen to it on the radio, which is fabulous. You can watch it on television, which really does. Television really doesn't do any event, especially Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indy 500, 2.5 miles. It can't do it justice. It does the best it can, but being there for those pre-race ceremonies, you just can't describe it. I know I've so many people that have gone for the first time, and it's like, wow, I've watched it on the radio. I've watched it for years. I've listened to it on the radio for years. But being here with all these people and all this energy and all this going on, and just how fast they are, television cannot capture how fast these cars are. I mean, running, there's no fenders. Rubbing ain't racing in IndyCar. Rubbing is you go over a tire and you go flipping through the air. So I think what makes it as important is tradition and how long it's just been around, and that it is a piece of Americana that is unique to Indianapolis, and I think unique in the manner of all the different people and at the time of day, the time of year, and the people that it celebrates.
breakup with your brewer, switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Well, Dan Weldon was the Lionheart was the 2005 and 2011 Indy 500 winner, and he was just such a personable person. And one of my favorite moments was after the 2005 500. In 2006, we come back, and I remember interviewing him and him talking about the effect of going back to his hometown in Emberton, England, and the reaction that he got being the Indy 500 champion, and how much that meant to him. I could tell when Juan Pablo Montoya, I don't mean to any disrespect, but when he won the race in 2000, I don't think he realized what he had done. It didn't mean that big a deal to him. And when he won in 15, I think it did. But in 2000, I don't think it meant that much to him. But to see Weldon's passion, and to see him with his kids when they were very, very little in the garage area, and just his confidence in August, after he won the race in May of 11, and then in August, they had announced that big race that they were going to do in Vegas in October. And this was August, and he was back doing PR for that event during the Brickyard. And I saw him in the media center. I did a last interview with him. You know, about does it ever get old? Oh, no, it doesn't get old winning the Indy 500 and how important it was to him. But just his passion, how deep he felt about that. Mark Dismore, who is an IndyCar driver, owns a Newcastle Motorsports Park out in Newcastle, Indiana. It's an outdoor, it's like a European karting track and facility. And Weldon had a kart out there and was out there all the time running, and just here's a two-time Indy winner just hanging out, running his go-kart, his shifter kart, you know, but he just loved it. And he just loved being a part of it. And, you know, when you see the stuff of him pouring the milk on himself and laying on the bricks, and his passion just shone through, and his love and his real...
.1040 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Ace Cosby. We are, of course, getting ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. We're joined by one of the great announcers from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Radio Network. He is Michael Young. Hello, Michael.
Good morning, race fans.
There we go.
Race day.
And now, Michael, you'll be in turn 2, and you'll be handing it off to Jake Query, who will be handing it off to Kristen Airy. And I have never, in all the years I've been here, I've never been able to sit in those suites in turn 2.
I think that your passes were pulled several years ago.
Oh, I'm sure.
Opportunity. They don't need you out there any longer. It's crazy. This is Kristen Airy. I don't know if the announcement's been made yet, so I'll ruin it. This will be Chris's last Indianapolis 500 this year. It's 26 500s for him. So, yeah, it's a sad day for all of us to lose one of the best commentators in the world. So, for Chris, this is going to be a heck of a send-off. It's going to be a fantastic race today. A little chilly, but looking forward to what I'm predicting will be a pretty wild race.
There you go, Tom. You could take Chris's job next year, then you'll have...
No, that involves skill. You're missing the point. I would...
Hopefully you're not afraid of heights, because he sits on a bench just hanging off the back of the bench.
That's part 2 of the problem. It's hard to pick a winner, of course. Anything specific you'll be watching for from the standpoint of strategy, or are you looking for anything because of the current conditions? Anything special you're thinking about?
I think today's race is going to be a lot of haves and have-nots. If you have a good setup, you're going to be fine the entire race. If you don't have a good setup, it's going to be a long, long day. So restarts are going to be a key. I think this start is going to be touch and go. I mean, obviously, Robert Schwartzman has never run an oval before. He's never sat on the pole, and this team has never run the Indianapolis 500 before. So he's going to lead a veteran and Takuma Sato in the center of row one, and Padua Ward, who, of course, finished second last year. But that front row, getting down into turn number one, is going to be tricky. And then you got Joseph Newgarden in the last row. He was cutting through the field like butter on carb day. So he's got an extremely fast race car put back there because of a penalty. So between the beginning and the front end of the field and the back end of the field, it's going to be, I think, a pretty wild start to this race.
Okay. Do you think that this whole thing with the attenuator was overblown?
Next question, please.
Does it really affect the speed of the vehicle?
No, I really don't think that. It doesn't affect the speed of the car. There's a lot of political things going on behind the scene, and the fact that it was pointed out, obviously, Doug Boles had to make a decision, and I think the right decision was to move the two cars to the rear of the field, and obviously it's fixed now, and we won't see that issue ever again. But I don't think personally that it affected the cars, but it's still, they broke the rules, and they had to serve the penalty that was served to them.
Okay, now are you going to make a pick for us, or are you going to be neutral?
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to make a pick this year. I think Scott McLaughlin can win this race, and something tells me that he's got a fast race car, even though he had a horrific crash on qualification day last weekend. It's in the backup car. I talked to him Friday night, and he thinks he's got a great race car. He likes these cool conditions. So McLaughlin would be my pick, but Elio's got a shot. Takuma Sato's got a shot. I don't know how you can't go against Alex Palou or Padua Ward. And then there's Joseph Newgarden starting in the last row. No one's ever won the race outside of that 28th position. And, boy, if anybody can do it, it'll be Joseph Newgarden, and history would be made if he does win his third in a row back-to-back.
Well, okay. Well, thanks, Michael. Have a great race up there in turn two. We always appreciate it. You do such a great job with your crew.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
It's going to be cold, so yes, I've got several jackets on, and I'm layering up. So it should be a fantastic day today. Great to talk to you guys as always. And Chick, we still have to go to lunch.
Yes, we do.
Sometime soon.
Once every 5 years, we got to do it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Michael.
My husband picked Scott McLaughlin too. That's who he's going with, Scotty Mac.
Right.
Okay, one of the Penske guys.
Sure.
All right. Right now it's time for a special treat.
What's that?
We're going to bring in Jeff Oskey from our staff.
Oh.
And ordinarily he's famous for news we failed to mention. Today we have a new feature. This is facts about the Indy 500 we failed to mention.
Oh.
Now, I know we've gotten a lot of obscure things passed along today. We found out about Dick Simon and the FBI and D.B. Cooper. We found out about the guy drinking 6 bottles of wine from France when he won it more than 100 years ago. But, Jeffrey, you've done some research. What have you got over there?
First of all, I don't know if you guys are doing the race pool this year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I begin to think the one I participate in each year is fixed. For the 5th year in a row, I have picked Lynn St. James.
Oh. She retired,
I don't think she's even... never mind. Go on to the next
why
one.
I lose every year.
Yeah.
So here's some little-known facts. In 1913, ashtrays and spittoons were forbidden in the pits. However, they were still allowed in the cars till 1966.
Oh, yeah. You got to smoke one up if you're going that fast.
Is that true? I want to believe that.
You want to believe that,
I want to believe that, yeah.
During World War I, rubber was rationed and cars were fitted with stone wheels, Chick.
Oh,
Stone wheels.
Yeah, for 3 years, Flintstone Racing dominated the field.
A lot of babies born. No rubbers, Tom.
Flintstone.
This year's race will attract 300,000+ spectators, 100 of whom will gladly show you their breasts, but only 7 of them will be women.
That's so good. There are some guys out there who have a great rap.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
In 1923, speed bumps were installed in an attempt to slow cars down entering the turns. After 17 drivers were jettisoned into the grandstands in turn 1, the bumps were removed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miraculously, one of the drivers entered, the Frenchman Philippe Gache, met his wife, Myrtle Forbush of Speedway, Indiana, married her a month later.
And she became Mrs. Gash.
Right. Myrtle Gash.
We know today's track is oval, but did you know originally the track Giant Square?
Oh.
Yeah, the race was pretty boring. Drivers would drive half a mile, then come to a complete stop and turn left.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's almost like I made it up.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. The first Scandinavian driver, Lars Andretti, made his debut in 1926. Of course, he was driving a Formula Fjord.
Hey,
Fjord,
Tom,
Swedish, you
Tom,
see.
the first Scandinavian driver, Lars
Andretti, yes.
And he drove a Fjord.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Formula.
All right.
One of the most unfortunate drivers at the track was 1929 Frank Lefty Jones. Frank also taught driver's ed for 11 months of the year at Ben Davis High School.
Oh.
Yeah. Then in May, he would race the 500. Sadly, in his very first race, he broke his arm in 33 places because he was continually signaling a left turn.
Good old Lefty.
And finally, let's see here. And finally, in 1920, the command at the beginning of the race became "Gentlemen, start your engines." But the first command was somewhat different. From 1911 to 1919, the command was, "Gentlemen, hang on. We're trying to get the cows off the track." Okay, got them, fellas. Start your cars again.
See, they had a working farm.
Different.
The race facts I failed to mention.
Have a golf course.
Thank you, Jeffrey Oskey. Very fine comedian. It's always a
Lars
pleasure.
Andretti.
Yes, that's fascinating.
Yep.
Now, one of the things that really bugs me.
One of the things.
Yeah, I mean, the Penske organization has done such a great job across the board at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yep.
It's beautiful. The renovations are amazing. Everything about it I like, but I don't like the fact that they no longer say, "Gentlemen, start your engines."
Well, there's ladies in the race.
Not this year.
Well, but
it's tradition. Why? But then if there's a lady, say, "Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines." But drivers start your. They've gone generic. They've caved to political correctness. I'm really surprised that Penske did that.
I think, as I often do, you're wrong in this case.
No,
it should be drivers start your engines.
I would think "Gentlemen, start your engines" is in the top 10 of iconic aspects of the Indianapolis 500.
No, the milk and the bricks and
"Gentlemen, start your engines."
No.
Yeah, no. They should take a vote. I'll win.
And naked women in the snake pit. And
Yeah.
Another important thing.
And naked guys.
And I joked about it's not tube top weather.
Yeah.
Guess who's wearing a tube top?
Your daughter.
Sophie.
Sophie rocking a tube top.
She does have a jacket over it, but still.
No, here's the thing. This afternoon,
Yeah.
Sundays between 4 and 6 Eastern, it's tube top day on her OnlyFans page.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
She doesn't have time to go home and change. For
Yeah, it is going to be a little chilly if you're headed out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You will need a jacket.
And you can look for Christy in way up in turn 2.
Yeah, wait, no, turn 1.
Turn 1. Sorry. You'll be, but you can see turns where you're sitting. You can see the start finish line, turn 1, and turn 2.
And coming out of 4. And I sit and never move. I know I have packed my lunch. It's in the refrigerator. I have my little cooler. And I never move. I get up there and I stay.
And if you see Christy at the racetrack, just come up to her and go, "Hi, Christy. Hi, Christy. Hi, Christy."
If she's running toward the ladies' room, stop her and bother her.
Yes. She'll really think that's funny.
Special thanks to all of our guests today: Doug Boles, Paul Paige, Kristen Airy, Derek Schultz, our mayor Joe Hogsett, the governor Mike Braun. Mike was great.
Chuck Loftton.
Yeah, Mike was terrific.
Matt Standridge.
Chuck Loftton. Yeah, indeed. Matt Standridge, the new guy at 13, does a great job. Kevin Lee, Jim Cornelison, Michael Young, and, of course, thanks to our great staff. Eddie Hazel, I think, is Eddie going to take a break now? He's been working 24/7.
Could you give him a couple days off,
I
please?
try. You won't take it. Noah Haler, Austin Fry, Jessica Alsman, Scott Fenstermaker, Mark Allison, Willie G, and Jess Hooker doing all the backstage stuff. Not to mention around here we got your Jason, we got your Ace, and I'm sure there are several other people keeping the doors going. And of course, Mr. Jeff Oskey. We're going to leave you with a classic song from the Bob and Tom Race Collection. By the way, if you want to get some of those, we've got them posted, but they're also floating around on eBay. Those classic albums. We've got a terrific shirt. I forgot to mention this all morning long. This is my favorite. I like the black version of that.
Yeah, I do
Jason
too.
has the white one on. It's a really cool shirt and it has the Marmon wasp on it. And this is Haywood Banks.
AJ Fittipaldi, Rick Mears, and the Andrettis. The checkered flag, a victory lap. Gasoline Alley, the Brickyard. Rutherford, Penske, the pace car. Linda Vaughn and Lion Dyke. Texaco, Tom Sneva. The Tower, Tony Hullman. Indy, Annapolis. The pit crew and the pole position. The pace lap and the pagoda. Pit row and the straightaway. Valvoline, gasoline, alcohol, methanol, Little Al, Big Al, and Sullivan and Ray Hall. Gentlemen, start your engines! The no pass out sign. Tom Carnegie, Mrs. Hallman, 500, Queen Budweiser, Chicken and Goodyear, back home again, Lola and Martin, the turbine and the finish line. Hey, listen, I'm going to jump and run across the track here and get a souvenir. Hey, slow down here, mister. Hey, I'm trying to get across here. What's the deal? Hey, I don't care for your attitude. Hey, come back here. Come back here. I am a U.S. citizen. I don't have to put... Hey, look out! Hey, look out! Hey! Pedestrians have the right of way. STP, Coyote, and Carburation Day, Pennzoil, Marlboro, Buick, and Chevrolet. Turn for the terrace, the snake pit below the white line. The pace lap, a pit pass, a Novi, and Nomex in the groove. The bubble, the pit wall, the back stretch, a hot lap, the short shoot. He's on it in record time. Bobby and Parnelli. Lloyd Ruby, Granatelli, a glass of milk, 500 miles. Borg, Warner, and Bettenhausen, Ray, Haroon, and Offenhauser, the Speedway, and 500 miles. The Speedway, and 500 miles.
Thank you, Haywood. Have a great race and go Pacers. And I hope your favorite wins. And we had a great time this morning as we get ready for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Reporting from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, courtesy of Reese Nichols Jewelers, Speedway Subaru, and Speedway Volkswagen, this is the Bob and Tom Show.